good friends, good games, episode, what are we, 46. We're at episode 46, 27th of July. I can't believe we're already halfway through the summer. Hey, Leshki's here. Hey, fam.
Leshki, hello.
Hello.
How TJB? How TJB? How's the boy?
Just gonna be here, just resting my eyes a little bit.
What is this?
Oh god, is that a flamingo one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's my face mask.
Is this what you're gonna do? You're gonna sit there and just milk the clock?
I'm totally here. Yeah.
he's here. So now that Zenith has,
and before Zen's like drooling.
Oh god, all on the mic.
I'm just gonna do this then.
Oh my goodness, still.
Keep that on the whole pod.
Yeah, I could do if I wanted to. Yeah.
So like I got this for being blindfolded for certain game stream challenges, which is one of my sub perks. But I've also been kind of like using it a little bit because I've maybe gotten about 5 hours sleep the past 3 nights.
Oh my god! Like you're averaging 5 or you're combined 5?
Averaging 5.
Oh, I was gonna say, Jesus Christ, sir, go take a nap.
Yeah, thankfully I'm not that much a masochist, but like I've been very, very busy.
So on the topic of just fulfilling your time, I heard about this thing on TikTok called coffee punching. I believe is what it's called, and what it is we're now in that phase of the working world now where like people are requiring, their staff to come back to offices and all that stuff and to check into the offices. So apparently coffee punching is people go in to the office, grab a cup of coffee, walk by their boss's office to be like, hey, I'm here, talk to a coworker or two while they finish their cup of coffee, and then they leave and go back to work at home.
Based.
That is the new term I have learned.
Oh my god!
I can't believe there's a word for that.
I believe it was called coffee punching. I have to find the clip again, or if it's like, I forget what it was called, but yeah, I think it was coffee punching. But yeah, you go in, have a cup of coffee, walk by your boss's office, be like, "Yo," and then go by your desk or talk to your coworkers, finish your cup of coffee, then leave to go work back at home.
I mean, I do it.
I do that too if I drink coffee.
I have too much stuff to do to be able to do that, but I do the whole thing though. How long's my commute? Now rush hour 35 minutes.
That's
the absolute worst I've had is 45, and that's because someone got in an accident while I was like on the freeway.
Ooh. My commute is 10 to 15 minute walk.
Nice. That's the good life.
That is amazing.
That's the good life.
Amazing. Yeah,
Everis.
so I saved so much on travel because my previous job, I was spending like 125, 30 quid a month on like travel because of like I had to get passes and everything like that for like old bus and tram and whatnot. So yeah.
Everis has this smile that shows that she's dead inside because she's got the longest commute here.
Yeah, 2 minute drive.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Wrong there.
It was gonna be like an hour.
Let's talk about people. Let's talk about people with real problems here. Leshki is a 2-hour train and a walking commute.
Jesus
Oh my god!
But
No wonder you work from home.
Well, not not soon enough. Well, how do I word that? Eventually, no. But right now, she's doing like the New York thing. Like she's a New York commute. So that's not uncommon.
So she's working on the train. She's working on the train, and then so part of her workday is her commute.
Yeah,
my brother, he is about like a 2-hour train ride out of the city, and he must, and he has to like, and he comes to work like 5 days a week, and he just does he's like a retail assistant manager, but like he has to take a 2-hour train and then take the subway.
Oh,
and then sometimes take a bus.
Jesus,
man.
And then gets picked up. Because like it's like a 15-minute walk from the station back to his house, and especially in the winter, it's like freezing cold.
Is America just like fucked when it comes to public transport?
No, this is just Toronto. Toronto does not have very good public transportation.
Right.
No.
Like New York has excellent public transportation. LA's is very poor.
Right, because you can take the subway.
Yeah.
But anywhere you don't have like a light rail or a subway or, you know, stuff like that, then yeah, it sucks because you have to go by bus.
Yeah.
And bus is never good.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Also, Eric, apparently Toronto is ranked the worst city in North America for traffic.
Are
Oh.
you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay, well, what defines city? What defines
go
city?
Toronto, Canadians.
I'm going to guess metropolitan, what they define as metropolitan area, which would be like your New York's, you know, your Chicago's.
Like I was just wondering, like population wise, you know.
Too many people and only still like 2-lane highways within the city.
Yeah, go LA for not being the worst. We're pretty bad, but we're not the worst apparently. So let's go.
Yeah. Do you feel like the city actually tries to make like public transit better, or are they just like, nah, this is a problem and we must forever deal with it?
So you don't understand, Everis. We've been I'm talking
about LA traffic. I'm talking about LA traffic.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
no, it's okay.
This is gonna be mildly political, but the city does try to fix it, right? The city does want to go put train lines. They want to go put more train stops. They want to have more bus routes. They want to do all those things. But we have what are called in LA called NIMBYs, which is basically not in my backyard. And they basically say, do not put that there because it's going to attract undesirable pedestrians. So like, for example, they are trying to put a train stop at Beverly Hills, like Rodeo Drive and all that stuff, because it's a major tourist location. Yeah. So they want to put a train stop there that goes straight from Union Station, et cetera, et cetera. They want to put a train stop there, but the elite, quote unquote, will be like, oh no, that's going to bring like undesirable people into our neighborhood and et cetera, et cetera. We don't want, the homeless getting off the train and begging for change at Beverly Hills and these kind of things. And that's understandable. I can see that. But there is a legitimate, like, hardworking group of people that live in the city that want to be able to commute to those areas and enjoy the day, or go to those areas and do the touristy stuff, relax, enjoy their weekend, and not have to deal with the traffic of getting there. For me to get to Beverly Hills, it's literally 40 minutes and it's 6 miles away. But there's no like freeway route or anything that takes you directly there. You have to get off on a freeway exit that's like 2 or 3 miles away and then navigate through 3 miles of streets and stoplights and traffic, which just sucks. But since we're on the topic of work and commute, I've had a hell of a week.
Ooh.
So, for those who do not know, the world was on fire last Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the CrowdStrike outage. Now,
oh, yeah.
So those do not know, CrowdStrike is a security company that installs a client on all your workstations, and it's used for endpoint management. And basically, it's like an alarm system for computers. Think of your alarm system like ADT or Brinks or whatever. If there's any suspicious activity detected on your machine, it goes to a service center, and an operator will look at the thing and then investigate. They sent out a patch sometime in the middle of the night, and it crashed every Windows-based machine that had it installed. Now, I don't want to say every.
Which was majority of America, Australia, a lot of places in the Asia area. Some parts of the UK as well got affected.
Mostly businesses,
yeah.
Yes, CrowdStrike is a enterprise-level product. Most home PCs do not have this. It's an enterprise-level product. And it's used in environments that have a huge inventory of work. Like our footprint's about 3,000 machines. So from a IT standpoint, it's like, okay, we put this thing out there and you basically kind of semi-outsourcing a service to monitor your equipment, because our IT staff is only so big and we can't dedicate one person solely to look at all that stuff. So anyway, they issued a patch in the middle of the night and it crashed a huge majority of Windows-based machines. Airports were down, bank systems were down. It was basically Y2K.
Yeah.
20 years later.
I had a friend who was supposed to fly out on Friday, and he got stuck where he was until Monday evening at like midnight.
Ooh.
Apparently,
Like
India,
that was his next flight.
apparently, like India, they brought out some like whiteboards and they started like doing everything on the whiteboard.
Nice.
I'm like, oh my
Nice.
god! I mean,
Old
that's
school.
genius, but like that's got to be insane.
But this is like a huge deal. So like for someone that's in my field and Leshki works in IT also, like this is a huge deal because even if your company wasn't down, you probably had a vendor that was down. Like you had a vendor that was using it and they went down. Go ahead.
Did you manage to find out like what CrowdStrike was doing to compensate companies?
Yes. Our account, like our team member that had direct contact with the account manager or whatever, I think it's like a $10 Uber Eats gift card or some shit.
That was to compensate all the workers while they were trying to get everything back up.
Oh, no. Because I did not get a $10 Uber Eats card. Our security manager got a $10 Uber Eats card from
It's so stupid.
from the rep. But no, it's a
like
huge deal.
It's like someone saying like, "Oh, you had a bad meal. Here, have a mint."
Yeah.
or it's basically like someone crashed into your car and instead of exchanging insurance information, they're like, here's a $10 Uber Eats gift card. I'm like, no, fix my fucking car. This cost me money.
So I usually off the grid work wise up until about an hour before I have to go into the office. Now I do have like my phone on do not disturb or whatever, but I do have my boss and his boss on a favorites list, so their phone call will ring through in the middle of the night if it absolutely happens. But by the time I started checking this stuff for work and I realized that the world was on fire, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I got ready and I started heading into the office and I started seeing the messages like, hey, get to the office, yada, yada, yada. Like we got problems. And I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. We got very, very lucky because we just happened to have one of our team members be a night owl and he was up online playing video games or whatever. And he saw the world start going down and he started checking our stuff.
Oh,
We got very, very lucky.
nice.
There was a lot of technical complications that are just too much to explain for this podcast, but it was a very, very serious issue. It basically required an IT staff member to physically go to each machine to repair it. That's the biggest problem with what happened.
Yeah.
So, Eric, my world's on fire. How about yours? But
I guess you're an all-star IT guy, Eric.
I mean, I don't know. I just did my part. But it's funny because situations like this, when they happen, the IT world kind of rallies together and starts sharing the fix, starts coming up with ways to deploy the fix quicker and all that kind of stuff. And we all really kind of shine and work together. It's almost like military
That is so
shit.
awesome, though.
It's really like military shit where they're like, okay, we're all in this together. Let's figure this out and let's help each other.
It's always fascinating seeing how people react and rebound from when is it like an actual global crisis. Kind of wish more people did that, during a certain panini, but anywho, it's just like very fascinating that like you guys managed to rebound. Like how are you still sorting out the damage at work, or are things like okay?
No, we are fine. We were up and running within the whole call because they started at about 2 a.m. my time, and I was I was fast asleep. They started about 2 a.m. Our head IT guys in infrastructure were already looking at it. So,
it's about like for Josh, it's about like one bad day, and then after that, it was fine.
We had the whole infrastructure up and running within 8 hours. That's from 2 a.m. up until
wow.
Yeah. Now we were very, very, very lucky, and some of our stuff did not get hit, and it was critical shit that did not get hit.
That's good.
That is lucky.
Yep.
Yeah, because we had certain things where we were sitting and thinking, if this thing hit that machine, we would have been hosed. Because you have to kind of bring stuff back in tier. So if anyone's curious as to like what IT guys do in situations like this, first things first, you issue what's called an incident report, or some companies may call it something, but an incident report is basically something that your help desk team sends out to the staff that says, hey, we know about this. Do not send any more tickets about it. We are working on it. That stops the tickets coming into help desk.
Yeah.
Help desk had 200 tickets all day. And they're about a
Good.
team of 5 guys. So they were hit hard. But you do an incident report and you have help desk cut the staff off at the pass. You know what I mean? Like cut them off. Be like, hey, we know, don't send any more tickets. We're on it. And then from our infrastructure, like I'm network infrastructure, now we have to go and figure out what's actually down. What do we have down? Okay, what's up, what's down? And then you figure out what's down, and then you figure out what you need to bring back up in order to get yourself back up and running. So we were like, this is down, this is down, this is down. Okay, people need to authenticate. We have domain controllers. We need database. We need to bring the databases back up. Those are down. Now the files. We need to get the files back up online. And then you kind of work in tiers, but you really just have to keep calm and just figure out what is down and what order to bring it back up and get it up and running. That's what we were on basically. And then help desk's job is to deal with the user, and users are the people that work for they're your staff, you know, your accountants, your sales reps. Those are your users in the company. That's a technical term. And then help desk works on getting them up and running. So it was it took a lot of effort, and then we all worked together. Like network operations was done, and then it's like, okay, let's go help desk now and get help desk under control. Like you really do work as a team and really come together, because if you do, your team, which let's be real, those of you that are users out there probably have tons of criticisms about your IT. They don't do nothing. They take forever, But when shit really hits the fan and you guys work at a team and get the company back up and running, you are heroes. You are the fucking Avengers when you get your infrastructure back up and running.
You are the resident IT person in the family getting the Wi-Fi back up.
Yes, in a 3,000 people company.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, our downtime was about 8 hours, starting at about 2 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, and you were called into work early, right?
I went in about 40 minutes earlier after I realized what was happening. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get there. I got to get there.
Yeah.
You know, because I do
no
have
dilly-dallying in the morning.
Yeah, I do have physical stuff in LA that went down, and I had we needed somebody on site to bring it back up. Very little of our shit is actually physical now. It's wild. But that was a hell of a Friday, let me tell you. Any of you guys have anything exciting?
Last night I watched the Olympics opening ceremony.
Oh, I watched it for a bit too. Yeah.
It was really cool. And there are little like tidbits here and there that you. So one cool thing that actually does relate to gaming is that they actually had part of the ceremony was this guy parkouring around Paris as the torchbearer.
Yeah, I saw that
and
guy.
he was the assassin from Assassin's Creed Unity.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
The tie-in to that is that the Notre Dame got burned 2 years ago or something, got destroyed.
Ooh,
Yes, that's right.
A bit, was it 2 years ago?
And the Assassin's Creed staff are working with them because they took 3D modeling
Oh yeah, that's true.
of the interior of the building, and so they're helping them restore
the building
to its I guess now it would be a replica.
So it'd be like a restored.
Because I don't remember. Did it go completely down? Like the whole building?
No, it was like a part of it.
Okay,
it was like
so
a part of it.
restoration. Yeah, that would be a restoration.
Yeah.
That is I forgot.
So they incorporated that into the opening ceremony of the Olympics, which I thought was really sick.
Good for them.
Yeah. That's a very nice touch, because if you guys didn't miss the news, apparently they are wanted to do some Olympics for esports.
Yes, I remember.
Yes,
that.
that's been in like the news. I don't know. It's been a circulating thing for a while now.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's gonna go down.
Because
We'll see. We'll find out.
What's kind of interesting is the Olympics don't seem to be as popular or as watched as it used to be. Blame technology. Blame the fact that like a lot of people say, well, I'd rather play Fortnite with my buddies than watch the Olympics, because a lot of people aren't restricted to just simply watching television, because there's streaming TV. There's people have choice.
Part of that too is that like you can see the updates after, like, for example, in the United States we have a 5 to 8 hour time difference,
right? That's
as
the
it
hard
happens.
part.
And so you end up waking up and you're like, oh, you know, the United States won like 5 golds overnight. You know what I mean? Like you miss it, and so you feel less compelled to be a part of it. But also you can just recap it later, right? You don't have to watch it live. You can just watch the whatever thing later. So but I think that when the Olympics is back in the US again, in Los Angeles, I think that people will be a little more interested.
They are really ramping up. Like we were just talking about public transportation just right now. Yes, they are really ramping up like the train stops and everything like that, because they're trying to get that infrastructure up in place. They're trying to get, you know, fast routes up to Dodger Stadium and all of those things. All our tourist spots, they're trying to improve that as fast as possible.
Which is good overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of money going into that infrastructure.
It is sad though, because I do feel like the more I talk to people about the Olympics, they're like, oh yeah, whatever, the Olympics. It's, to me, it's like one of those things that like brings the world closer together in like terms of world crisis. The Olympics are still happening. You know, we're still able to get together as a athletic community and compete together despite what else is going on in the world. And I think it's very positive. I think I see the Olympics as a very positive thing that I think a lot of people, you know, it's like there's shit in the world, but we're still able to do this together. And that's how I see it.
I remember in the 90s when I was a kid, the Olympics were a big deal because we had like the USA basketball team, and it's like, you know, the best basketball players in America at the time. It was like Jordan and, you know, Barkley and Pippen and all these people that were like, and that was like a huge deal, you know. And then we had the gymnastics team that won and all that stuff. And it was just a huge deal. And you're right. Like, I don't think we look at the Olympics the same anymore. It kind of just,
What's actually kind of interesting is the reason why I don't really watch the Olympics as much isn't so much about like I just don't have interest because it's like it's sports, but like I love sports. But I think it's because like I'm no longer really rooting for, you know, Canada and just being some like, you know, like some kind of like patriot where he loves his country so much. I'm like, yeah, you want fuck you. We want against you. You're a piece of shit. You know, like maybe I actually used to be that kind of person in my early 20s where I was just snobby. But now, like, I'm someone that like loves like the world, like the surrounding environment outside of Canada, and like I'm just like, you know what? That's a really cool Olympian from like Norway. You know, I want to follow this person. And there's just so many great athletes out there. I love the diving sports. Like they're really cool. But it's just I'm just rooting for everyone.
A weird fact, like United States won silver in synchronized springboard. And the only reason I know that is because I follow somehow one of the divers was on my media feed. I was like, hell yeah, I love diving. So I followed her. And then she ended up being like Olympic athlete. But her last name is Cook and her partner's name is Bacon. So they were the Cook and Bacon. But they ended up winning silver. So that was a United States first medal, which is pretty cool. It happened literally like 2 a.m. or whatever our time.
I would so kill to get an invitation to that wedding, like the save the date for the unification of Cook and Bacon.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
They had like t-shirts.
Kevin.
Yes.
They had like t-shirts and like lucky spatulas and all kinds of like fun stuff. But yeah, super cool. Guess who won?
Nice.
China.
Oh,
I want to watch the powerlifting.
bacon.
Bacon.
I want to watch the
Bacon,
powerlifting. I like the powerlifting.
Bacon,
I also like the track and field when they throw the big disc and all that stuff.
Oh, the discus?
Yeah, the discus. Those things are heavy, right? And then they just like chuck it.
Wow.
They're heavy. Pole vaulting's fun.
Yeah, that
Pole
one's
vaulting's
wild.
pretty
Pole vaulting's
crazy.
really fun.
I
What was the
enjoy
javelin one?
volleyball. I enjoy volleyball.
Yes, the volleyball is a good time.
Have you guys watched water polo before?
Never watched the water polo.
Water
I've only managed to
polo's
catch it
brutal.
once.
It's brutal because they have these underwater cameras and you can see like the players like kicking each other in the ribs and like they're
Whoa.
like
Damn, they get
it
rough.
is a brutal sport. So
That's
they are
wild.
fit as hell because they're treading water and like fighting underneath and then like throwing balls and water
Are the
polo.
nuts getting
used-
kicked into that
I
pool?
used to not,
How many
I used
balls
to
are
not give
being
it-
passed around
I
here?
was really young and I was like, God, water polo again? Because we had satellite or whatever. So we watched whatever was they decided to play that day. But then later in life, I realized what was happening beneath the water. And I was like, excuse me?
Oh my gosh. You know what they need? Water rugby. Because if they did water rugby,
Oh my
then you just see
God.
people just floating in the
It
water.
basically is water rugby. Like,
Crazy.
That's amazing.
I gotta take some time to watch the Olympics. I'm gonna do that this year because we did not have it in 2020 because of the Panini. So
Panini.
yeah, this is the first Olympics since COVID that they've had a spectator audience. So
yeah,
it's kind of a monumentous year.
Yeah, I'm down. Nice. Does anyone else have anything exciting?
Yeah. So I've been very busy. I also have I'm going to a water park for the first time in quite a few years. Next Sunday. I'm also gonna be meeting my buddy's girlfriend for the first time. You know, that's gonna be fun as well. Also, I got invited to my local convention called the Fan Expo.
Ooh.
So this is Toronto's big convention. So like think Comic-Con for the LA. This is like the biggest convention here in Canada, I think. So I'm not only going to be meeting up with like tons of friends that are on my new stream team that I could be hanging and chilling with, but the reason why I'm going to this is because like the tickets are pretty expensive, like $283
Damn.
for 4-day pass. But I get my pass for free.
Nice.
Because I was invited on the Thursday of where I'll be raising money for charity at one of the streaming booths.
Good for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fun.
So that's what I'll be
Nice.
doing.
What's this called? Fan Expo?
Yeah, Fan Expo.
Fan Expo.
Let's take a look here.
Expo.
That sounds like a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
Canada.
I might be a bit wrong about the price, but I do know it's at least $200.
Okay.
For a day?
That's cool.
No, for like a 4-day pass.
Oh, you have a 4-day? That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
so
That's
cool.
still
And
really
then you, like,
expensive.
how much of your time is spent actually working, like during that 4 days, though?
So I just stream on the Thursday. So like day one. So a lot of people that I'm planning on hanging out with won't be there just yet. I go live at about 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. And then I'm just showing up to the convention hall just to stream, and then I'm just leaving, and then might take the next day or two to hang out with friends afterwards.
That's fair.
Yeah.
There are a lot of
That's
big
really-
names at this thing.
That's really expensive.
Yeah, the
Oh,
4-day
hold on. You
pass.
said a convention, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the convention.
Oh, never mind. That's normal.
And it's on the level of Comic-Con, like size-wise.
I thought you were talking about the water park for half a second.
The
I was like, that's really
VIP pass.
expensive
Oh
for
my
a water
goodness.
park.
Who are some of the people there, Eric?
The first one that I'm super excited about is Tim Jacobus. He is the Goosebumps cover illustrator.
Oh,
So if I had Goosebumps art, I would have this guy totally would be signing my art. But I'm
I
actually
used to have this Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventures books. I wish I still had them.
That's awesome. I'm looking at the comic section right now, but there's like Jeff Johns, who's a Batman fame. Scott Snyder's a Batman writer. There's like some pretty decent sized names in the comic business over there. Jeff Lemire. But let me go over to the celebrity section here. We are
John Cleese will be there.
Who was it?
Steve Burns will be there apparently.
Simu Liu, who plays what's his name?
Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Bryce
Alicia Day will be there.
I'm sorry, what is this called?
Oh,
Fan
Marissa
Expo.
Tomei,
Fan
who
Expo.
played Aunt May in Spider-Man.
You guys get the soup Nazi at Seinfeld from Seinfeld. He will be there.
Yes, Danny. What's his? How do you pronounce his last name?
Well, Larry Thomas is the Seinfeld guy. Soup Nazi.
Giancarlo Esposito is going to be there. I love this guy. Okay.
Gus.
Okay.
You gotta try and find him.
You weren't excited, and now you are. No, I'm just kidding.
And the guy Cameron Monaghan, who is the face of what's it? The guy that's in the new
the
Star
Jedi.
Wars.
Jedi Survivor, plus Gotham, plus Shameless.
Bro,
Like,
you've
damn.
got Steve Burns from Blue's Clues. You should be
Yeah, that's what I
like,
mentioned. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Newman from
Keith
Seinfeld
David's
is also there.
Keith David is going to be there.
Patrick Warburton.
dude, this is awesome. I want to go to Fan Expo. Give me a ticket.
Felicia Day.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
The guys
Felicia
from
Day.
Trailer Park Boys will be there. Lily, all three of them.
Let's see who the gaming celebrities are going to be there. Let's see here.
Animation voices.
Oh, this is not gaming celebrities. That's under attractions. Oh, I'm sorry, gaming stars. Let's see who your fellow brethren are going to be there. Dude, Charles Martinet is going to be there.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm gone.
Oh,
He's there Friday.
Okay.
As if you weren't before.
I mean, I'm
He's
already going to be there, but like, I'd be like, hey, can I go see Charles Martinet?
Yeah.
He
I
will
have
be
to
there
go see
Friday,
the voice of
Saturday.
Mario.
He's got to be there
Roger
Friday,
Craig
Saturday.
Smith's going to be there? Oh my god.
Okay,
Okay.
Zenith, before we can move on here, Morgan cannot go with you to this
No.
because
No, Morgan's
Neil
not going.
Newborn is there. That fucking Baldur's Gate guy. What's his name? Jeff Goldblum's going to be there.
Jeff Goldblum.
Baldur's Gate Jeff Goldblum's going to be there.
Oh my god.
I get to hang out with Astarion. Wonderful.
Josh Gad is gonna be there.
Dude, this
Yeah.
is wild.
What?
This place is huge.
Yeah. Like I said,
Jennifer
this is
Hale?
our biggest convention. I get a free pass.
Jennifer Hale's
Nice.
going to be there. This is wild. I
is.
want to. You need to tweet us up. You need to send us a photo with Charles Martinet. Zenith. If you do not pull this off, you're fired. I'm just gonna throw it out
Alicia
there.
Day is gonna be there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I will wear my Paper Mario shirt.
You should.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Mhm.
awesome. That's Fan Expo Canada.
Because if you guys didn't know, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, the Switch remake, is probably the last game to come out that actually has Charles Martinet's original voice of Mario in there.
Aw.
So I'm just like,
This is a wild list of people. That's good for you, dude. That sounds like a
Yeah,
lot of
thank you.
fun.
Yes.
yeah, I might have a few people like just come around the desk and like hang out with me during the stream. Because
That's
I
so
think I
cool.
have like, dude, I'm meeting like 7 or 8 Twitch streamers down there. So
Wow.
Nice. This is so
Yeah.
cool. I love fucking comic book conventions, dude. I wish I was in San Diego, but
Oh, sweet. Cameron Monaghan is coming. That's cool.
Yep.
The guy who voiced the Star Wars.
yep.
The what's his name?
Yeah.
What's that guy's name?
Oh,
What's
Cal?
his name?
Is his name
Should
Cal?
I survive?
Cal Kestis.
Cal
Yeah,
Kestis,
Cal.
Zen, we have a list of people you need to meet for us.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Neil Newbon's gonna be there.
We just
Yeah.
mentioned that.
Yep.
I know, but I'm a faces person. I'm not a names person.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a faces person. I was gonna say,
Hey,
is
I mean-
Everis' feed
That's
behind?
why we're okay.
Keith David's
I'm-
going to be there as well. I'm just like,
I
yes.
get it. I get it.
That's why Morgan
You have
can't
to
go.
you have to separate the actor from the voice or the
No, I hear ya.
the character.
Who that?
A lot of people don't do that. It's creepy.
Hmm.
Anyone? Anything else, Zenith? Before we move forward here,
Well, I've been working very, very hard on making. So, like, the reason why I've been so tired is I was spent over 12 hours working on a game show. So I based it off of Deal or No Deal. So I showed up wearing a suit in very, very hot weather, and then for about 7 hours yesterday, I did 7 rounds of a game called Gib or No Gib. And I had planned like a whole bunch of, like, I went all out. I had like my own laugh tracks. I had audience applause. I had smoke screens, lighting effects. I had like stages. I set up like all these different chests because people have to open it up. And then I set up like custom different rules where, for example, it's like, all right, so if you get this item, then you have to draw another chest before your next offer. If you do this one, you get to exchange your chest with another one if you don't feel like yours is a good one anymore. And believe it or not, people did use it and it did actually benefit them. Nice. And then there's another one I did where if you get this item in your chest, you actually get an offer right away, no matter how many chests you have to open up next.
Nice.
So we had some people that won plenty of stream currency. I tried to give away a car, but people didn't realize. Well, the thing is that, all right, guys, I'm sending you a JPEG of a car. If you win, you win this. So I had plenty of stream gags and just lots of jokes that I pre-planned.
The budget didn't allow for a Hot Wheel.
Nope. No. I even had like an overlay where it says that insert flashy graphics because the studio's running out of money.
Nice.
Nice.
And Morgan got to be on was one of the contestants. But the thing is, though, I got a bit creative with some of the offers where it's like, all right, so here's your money amount. And I would attempt to say, all right, I would give, if you set this deal, it is $3,500. I mean, sorry, I scratched that. I meant rupees because stream currency. Because I can't officially, give away, say that I'm giving people money, then not giving people money because otherwise lawsuits. Yeah. So, but Morgan, I ended up giving, like, some of the people's offers were, hey, you get a free hug. Okay, no, scratch that. You pay me $100 real money. I'll go to your house and give you a hug. Morgan, one of her rewards were go away. And then there was one where it's negative $1,000 where you have to give me stream currency.
Oh my god.
And then there's also me saying, hey, Morgan, you owe me $13 USD. And first of all, she's like, no, I thought that was Canadian. It's like, no, it's USD. So if you set this deal, you have to give me free money here on the show. And she did not take the deal.
Aww.
So yeah, I had an awful lot of fun with it. I got plenty of jokes and not like that. I'm now amassing a list of people to join for the next game show. And it's pretty lit. I got some Twitch partners up in here that wants to hop on for next time.
Is Morgan a treasure chest girl? Does she do the whole like the whole thing?
No,
not yet.
No. But I did say, hey, so if you would like to exchange your chest for one of these, well, actually, this isn't only, as a reminder, this is not OnlyFans. This is a family-friendly game show, except we say fuck on here.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
So, PG-13.
Yeah, PG-18, because, I still have to use my own Twitch rules. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work. People really, really had a good time. And the VOD is up for anyone that wants to see it. But Morgan, get to work. You have 30 clips you need to make.
Damn. Morgan's going to be busy. Leshki says when she moves, she wants in. So you got to add Leshki to the list.
Absolutely, nice. Leshki. Absolutely.
Speaking of family friendly, I saw Deadpool and Wolverine last night.
Same. I saw it on Thursday. Look what I got from it as well.
Ooh. I have free movie passes. I get to use it for Monday.
Nice.
You're gonna go, go watch Deadpool, and it's fucking fantastic.
It's so good.
It's so
Did you get
gory
any souvenirs
and so good
from it, Eric?
I'm sorry, one more time.
Any souvenirs from it?
No, we didn't do any of the souvenirs. I bought when Ghostbusters came out. I bought the trap popcorn bucket thing.
I got a popcorn bucket.
Hey,
there you go.
I thought you were gonna get the Wolverine like oral popcorn bucket.
No, we didn't have that in the UK. We didn't get it.
Oh my gosh.
It was a US only thing.
What they should have done is get yourself like one of those big, large drink containers, but it just has like Deadpool's ass like on the bottom.
There is one with Deadpool's head, but not his ass, just his head.
Did you buy the controller with the butt cheeks?
No, you can't buy it. It's
What?
a giveaway only. That thing that Xbox was a giveaway only. You couldn't buy it. And everyone's having the same idea. Why can't we hold his butt cheeks in our hands?
I will pay money for that.
I don't need another controller, but the butt cheek controller is A1.
Apparently,
Everis doesn't know what we're talking about.
As well.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All I want to do is play games and hold some butt.
Didn't have anything to say. I just didn't have
it.
any comment about what was
Yeah.
just
Think about it.
said.
Give me
the
that
butt
controller,
controller.
Ussy.
Give me.
If you
Give me
hold your
Deadpool
control-
butty.
I don't know how you guys hold your controller, right? I don't know how you hold your controller. But if you're one
I
of the
know.
people
The
that
question
doesn't,
is it more comfortable?
no,
Like,
your,
that's
we
the
will
real
never
question.
know. We will never
That's
know.
the real question.
your fingers, depending on where they're at, your fingers and how you hold the controller will be right in his butt crack.
Yeah. So we touch the
Yeah.
butt crack all the time. Right
Yeah,
there.
Eric-
I would say
Give it a little
it
tickle.
would be. That's my theory. My theory it is a more comfortable controller because it
probably
is
is.
more rounded.
It probably
And so
is.
your fingers are going to be more rounded around the butt cheeks.
It's ergonomic.
That's my theory. That's
Yeah,
my
It's
theory.
ergonomic.
Eric just wants to play Doom. Well, finish up Doom on the back of the backlog and while fingering someone's taint.
If
The
someone
Doomslayer's taint.
if someone can get me a hold of one of these controllers, I will do the whole Elden Ring thing with the Deadpool butt cheek controller.
Oh my god, yeah.
There you go.
If it only had the programmable buttons in the back, like the back
Oh
programmable
my
ones, you would
God,
be tapping his
imagine
You
cheeks.
have the
Each
pause
butt
button
cheek.
right where the
Yeah.
hole is.
But imagine if each butt cheek like the mouse buttons, so you just click them and they'll shoot for you.
Oh my
I mean, if someone
god.
push their finger in their butthole, I'd say pause too. Just saying.
Oh my god, putting the pause button in the butt cheeks.
Eric,
yes.
here we got Prom in the chat. Eric's being so cheeky right now.
Yeah. Sorry,
thank you.
Everis.
She's
Nice.
contemplating buying it. So
She's thinking about it. There's a Wolverine one
I
too, apparently.
honestly want to buy one for Josh for his birthday. I think that would be.
This is the thing.
He's
You can't
really into
buy it.
Deadpool. Deadpool is like the only.
you know somebody's out there is going to customize it and make one.
Oh,
Like
yes.
some
I-
third party
Oh, yeah.
stuff is
You know
probably
what?
already on this.
Yeah,
Oh,
people
yeah.
could definitely come up with some of those like custom like decals. Like I've seen controllers that used to have like leather kind of like sleeves for your controllers. And I
Yeah.
bet you anything someone is coming up with like full on combat boot, like combat gear, butt cheeks for a controller.
Nice.
So don't you worry, Josh. We got you.
If
Yes.
it's not
With
Geralt,
vibration controls.
Everest isn't interested. That's what the chat here says. No
Oh, you're
Geralt,
right.
no cheeks. No Geralt cheeks.
No, Geralt cheeks, no
Geralt
nothing.
butt cheeks controller.
Although I will say, Everis, you should definitely watch Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yep, go watch Deadpool.
Yes.
What if you haven't watched any of the other Deadpool movies?
Doesn't matter. So you can still
the
watch it.
nice thing about the Deadpool movies is every single one he does a nice little like flashback, like
Yes.
what do they call it? Recap.
Really? So
Montage.
it's standalone? Huh.
No, it's
Yeah.
part of a
Well,
series,
not
but he always
standalone,
It's
but
part of the
like-
series,
but
but you
like-
don't have to have watched the previous one to understand it.
Okay.
Yes.
do it. Trust me, it'll be all worth your
Or
while.
you
Everest.
can just binge all the movies all the weekend.
Nobody
with
in the
Josh.
chat that has seen it say anything. Everest needs full
Or
surprise.
you could be
Yes.
someone that's like, you know what, I don't like these kinds of movies and not watching.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get on to a more serious note here, since we were just talking about game creators and voice actors and all that stuff in a second ago here. If you do not know, the SAG-AFTRA is currently on strike, and this is primarily, now people can correct me if I'm wrong, this is for the voiceover union that does voiceover for video games and other
Mhm.
voiceover related product. They are currently on strike right now. I did the digging and I reached out to SAG myself because it's the video game industry that's primarily affected, and all of us here did not want to break any rules in terms of, picket line crossing or et cetera, et cetera. The show we can talk about games as we normally do, et cetera, et cetera. They've confirmed this with me. We can talk about games like we normally do. The show does not have to make any different segues or changes or anything along those lines to stay in solidarity. The only thing is we do not have any SAG-AFTRA members on this panel, or we do not have anyone on the show related to it. If we did, then we would not be able to talk about, or they specifically would not be able to talk about specific games that are in the term is struck. So we can talk about what we're talking about. We're okay with that. Just to kind of highlight on it is, from my personal standpoint, I think this whole AI thing is kind of a dangerous road we're going down, and it's being utilized in ways that, of course, any capitalist environment would do. And I think things need to be put in place to protect workers in a way that, one, they can continue working, and two, they can get the livable wages that they need to do it. So I do stand behind the cause. I do agree with what they're, striking for. Their primary concerns right now are the use of AI, and that's the cause of this strike in their industry. It's the use of AI, and I fully stand behind that. If anyone else here in the panel wants to chime in with anything, feel free. If any of you in the chat want to chime in with about anything regarding it, feel free to put that in the chat here, and we'll address it here. But does anyone have anything about this that they'd like to share?
You summarized it actually pretty damn well for me personally.
Yeah, you summarized it very, very well. It's just a bit of a shame that it's that this is like the route that we're going through, when there's like already like a very loud voice of people saying, hey, like, sure, if you want to use AI in a responsible way, whether it's like if it's used in a way that does not keep people from being employed and replacing the hard work of people, because we've already have done this with the technology boom, where we went from, hey, sorry, we're gonna fix your car, but we have like 4 people that are trying to like fix it, and now it's just done by like either like 1 or 2 thanks to technology. So like I get it, but this is different. This is replacing a lot of creativity, and like and like that, like there was the one major studio that I know that has been using is actually id Software. id Software released like a clip of one of the NPCs, and it's completely soulless, completely done in AI, and it's like, no, this is why you can't have it, because there's no personality, there's no energy, there's no life to this. No one's going to enjoy this. Sure, you may have saved money, but like I know a lot of people that will not buy this specifically because it's AI. So it's sad. And I think the advancement of AI is going too fast. So I think, like, if people could just like find a way and be respectful to the hardworking people that deserve that work their entire lives to get to where they are in that point. You want to be respectful to them, but like take a step back, analyze, okay, so we're going to use AI for certain things. We should be using it in a way that's mindful to the wonderful artists, because right now it's fucking with artists. Not, like from like all different kinds of genres, whether it's creative art, voice acting art, does anyone have any other ideas about where?
And creative art in general, I think applies here. Any creative art.
Yeah, so it's just it needs to pump the brakes a little bit here. So that's just my general thoughts. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Anyone have anything else here before I press on?
Not necessarily. I just think that like AI has its place, and in making small tweaks without having to hire somebody for another hour to change a very small thing. You know what I mean? Like, it has its small uses, but they're using it in a much larger way than it should be. I think that's my general feel about it, because I think that I'm not going to say no to all AI, because it has its purpose, but I think that for generally speaking, the protection of people's jobs, that it's using it in a much larger way than it should be. That's my general thought.
Yeah,
I agree. Do you have anything, Dale?
The use of AI, from what I've looked into with the SAG-AFTRA thing and what they're trying to do, they're basically trying to do it in a way so that the person who is being affected by this, like, if like do voice acting over like AI voice acting and everything like that, I think they're trying to negotiate a term where they are, if they do use AI for them, it's only for in case of emergency kind of situation where the person can't perform
Like
due to the fact
scheduled,
that
booked.
something happens. But even then, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it so if the AI is used, that person is still compensated for their time, basically.
And they should be.
Which they should be. That's a big negotiation term there. If AI is used in its terms, which hopefully AI doesn't have to be used, but that's something that also should be brought to light, I guess, because that's something I read and I was just like, yeah, I agree with that.
I have a lot of moral I question a lot of the morals behind the use of AI, and that's where my stance on it is. I think the technology is, it's technology. I love technology. It's great. But I think there are some moral, implications of it that need to be addressed. If you are interested or you want to find out more information, you can go over to SAG-AFTRA.org, and there's a big link here that you can click that says video game strike. And there is a FAQ that you can find down here at the bottom, and it addresses a bunch of different categories where you may stand on it. If you are a streamer or you do a podcast like we do, there are avenues you can look at here for information to make sure you are not, for lack of a better term, crossing picket lines or, not supporting the cause. They have guidelines here for what you can do to help support the cause. There are some hashtag links if you want to use those. I've put those in the chat. That is Level Up the Contract and Video Game Strike. You can use those in your hashtags on Twitter, etc., and show your support. We've used those tags here in the stream as well. If you are watching on Twitch, you can see it in the stream tags. So good luck out there. We're behind you. All right. On that note, let's go ahead and let's talk about video games.
Yippee.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Why we're here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Uh-oh, I lost my doc. There it is. All right. What do we got today? Let's go ahead and let's start with a little Zenith.
How about Erik? No. How
about me?
You go first.
You want me to go first today? All right, I'll go first today.
You're always last, so you go first.
I know. Because you guys are the front and center.
Well, why are you the front and center?
I'm here listening to all of you.
Yeah.
I let you guys
I didn't know that was established. That's not established.
Yeah.
You're the stars that
our podcast host.
Yeah.
You're the stars that I constantly shine bright.
No.
There you go. I finished Super Mario RPG. That was my accomplishment for the past week.
Let's go.
Nice.
Woo.
Another one off the backlog there. It's still a damn good game. It is still a damn good game. It's very touching. It's very straightforward story-wise. It's not overly complicated. It's just a nice, beautiful, well-done game. A lot of the stuff that, this was originally a Super Nintendo game, so a lot of the stuff has been revamped. They've added cutscenes and done 3D, rendering of cutscenes and stuff that really flip this game around and really amplify the story and just make it an overall really touching, sweet game to play. It's still damn good.
Good.
If you have not touched it yet, I highly suggest you go grab it. It's really damn good.
Somewhere in here, somewhere in my collection, because I got it for a Christmas or birthday, so I have it.
Yeah. It's so good. I do feel, crazy enough, that this version of the game is simpler than the original Super Nintendo one. I felt the Super Nintendo one was a little more difficult.
Yeah, because one thing that the Super Nintendo version didn't really do is because there are limited amount of assets and limited amount of screen space, they couldn't explain a lot of things. So the fact that they introduced hey, here's what this item does. I still play the Super Mario RPG randomizers, and there's some of the items I still have no idea what the hell they do, and it just doesn't explain. So I think they address that in that. So they make it a lot more functional free to play and where you're not like blindly like just like trying things, because otherwise you won't be able to fully experience the game if the game just doesn't explain anything. So I feel that's just a nice change.
Yeah, they did fix a lot of that. You can swap. I don't remember if you could do it in the Super Nintendo one or not. It's been so long since I've done the Super Nintendo one, but you can swap characters mid battle now. Which I don't
say you can swear in the game. I was just like, what?
What did they change? It was not the character swap. What did they change in the new one though that you could do? There was something. There's a new mechanic in it that wasn't in the original one, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
Yeah, you can change your characters mid battle, which is something you couldn't do.
Right, thank you. It was that then. Yeah, you couldn't change the characters mid battle, which really does turn the game around in terms of difficulty, because now you're able to switch characters in and out of the battle and find weaknesses in your bosses and stuff that you can now expose and utilize by switching characters in battle. And you couldn't do that before. You had your loadout, and if you stuck with that loadout, you were toast if it didn't work out for you. Unless you went back to the save point. So that helped the game a lot, and it just made it's a very chill, fun. If you're new to RPGs, especially turn-based ones, this is the perfect game, I believe, for that. It's got familiar characters, it's got familiar lore, and it's like all this. It's like this beautiful. Oh, I'm still on Zenith.
Hi, Zenith.
There, it's back on me. I was like, "What's he looking at?"
I'm just like, I'm just sitting here.
Yeah.
Sitting there. Hi, how you doing?
It's back on Zenith. My screen switching slow today then. But yeah, it's got all the lore and stuff. It's a great game to get started with if you are new to RPGs in general, or especially old school ones. It's a great place to start. It's not overwhelming. It's just overall great game. I highly recommend it. And Everis will be excited to hear this one. Doom is almost done. Let me tell you what happened with Doom. You don't
have to speed run it or anything. I don't just
play it casual, bro. You have to.
I'm only saying the things that I said because you mentioned that you were frustrated with the game and you didn't know if you wanted to finish it.
No, I okay. Everis is right. I was bitching about the game.
You were bitching.
I was bitching about it. And you know what? It was just a bad day. It was a bad day with the game, and we bitched about it. There were technical issues involved too. The keyboard, the mouse. It was all being ass in one nice big ass party, and it sucked. But took a break from it, recorded another episode, and I was like, okay, I'm into this. I kept the difficulty lowered down. I was like, why am I like just struggling here, like getting angry with this difficulty when I'm just trying to enjoy the game and finish it and really see it through? So I was like, okay, we dropped the difficulty, and that changed the world of stuff. It felt more comfortable. It was a lot more fun to play. It wasn't torture. And I have a fixed time frame for how much time I can stream during the week. So I streamed the last episode here, and I got to the boss, and I didn't realize until I got off stream and I was just marking where I was at and checking what I had done that I was literally on the last boss of the game, and I had stopped the stream.
What?
Oh.
So now rather than doing a weird stream where it's like 30 minutes of Doom and then another game, I'm just going to go ahead and record the what do they call it? I just record the DLC content for this episode and do the final boss off stream and then patch it all in.
I swear, if you charge for that, I'm going to come for you.
I'm not charging you nothing, but you will have to sign up a PlayStation account. You'll have to sign up a PlayStation account to get it. Just,
I already have one.
So, but yeah, Doom. Okay, Doom is good. Okay, I was just bitching. It was a bitch day from Eric's mouth.
Bitch, man.
Yeah, so I was just bitching. It's a damn good game. Doom is fucking fantastic. It's great. It's good. And then we're jumping back on some Final Fantasy VII Rebirth here. I feel like it's starting to wear out its welcome.
Already?
I'm 40 hours into this thing, and I'm like, this is getting long.
How many chapters?
I think I just got to 9.
That's about right. Yeah.
This game is just such a. I don't want to say it's a slog.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to decompress and go through. And I'm not even doing all that side content. I gave up on
it.
I
did do all the side quests content.
You do that to yourself, Dill. I don't know why.
I know.
I'm not even trying to do
To
all
be fair,
that.
there was even a point where I was just like, I can't do any more. I have to finish the game because like the levels are too high and stuff. So, you know.
That would drive me crazy.
It
to,
did drive me crazy.
Not be able to finish all the side content.
It
like,
did.
This
My
is up your
brain
alley.
short-circuited.
That's like a deterrent. That's a deterrent for me. Like I don't know. I don't know if
I mean,
like, what if I don't have the patience for it, which I do. I finish every single quest in The Witcher, aside from the Gwent content.
Technically, you can finish it, but you have to get your level really high to finish the last stuff, and that's the pain in the arse.
But is it worse than that?
Dill doesn't even know what he did yet. Dill did so much shit, he doesn't even know what he's accomplished in the game.
The fact is, like, my breaking point was, I think I talked about it in the previous podcast, that side mission that I did that was bugged, that I couldn't complete because it was bugged, because I updated the game and the update fucked up one of the side quests. And I was like, are you joking me?
That's right.
And then after that, I was like, I'm just finishing this game. you just stop me from doing that. So
this is up your alley, Everis. There is so much content in this game that
there is.
Just because I like content in the game doesn't mean that I'm gonna like it. Because
do you also like Sephiroth? Because he's a tall man with long white hair and a long sword.
Oh my god. No, it's gotta be like in The Witcher, it's like all the side content was worth doing because it was interesting. It wasn't just there to be side content. It was like there to be worthwhile and to be a story, another story that you could just be a part of.
We'll break this down for you. We'll break this down for you right here then.
Yeah.
Do you like the side content that's like information collecting, like filling out like what do they call codexes and things like that? Yeah. Do you like that kind of content?
What do you? I still don't really know what that means.
Like okay. Let me see how I can word this. Like for example, you go like collecting information about the world you're in, you know, information about specific creatures you fight.
Yes and no, as long as what I'm trying to find out is interesting to me. The Witcher world is very, very, very thick. I know Final Fantasy, their lore is very thick.
It is.
And there's a lot of depth to it. And, you know, mythical creatures are very interesting to me. So in that way, yes. But like, it depends. It depends if I care enough. If I care enough about the world that I am exploring, then yes, I want to figure out anything and everything that I can. But if I don't care about it, then
so this might be hit or miss.
It could be either way. It could be. It could not be.
We have to have Everis at least play probably 5 hours of the game in order to know this.
I need to play the first one though. I need to play.
You do. Yeah. The first one's a lot more condensed. I will say the first one is like solely focused on one area and that's it. The second one is fully like you are exploring multiple parts of the entire world of Final Fantasy VII.
It's literally a game-gasm, just like
quite literally, like they just bleh, and then they made it. The end.
Yes.
Do you collect Korok seeds? That's Pow's favorite part of Zelda, by the way, is the Korok seeds. And now, for some reason, I don't know who did this to me, but someone put up a sticker book of Koroks that you can buy on Amazon. And now there are Koroks all over my apartment. That's become a thing. But
okay.
Zen has universal hatred for Koroks. He is the He is part of the anti-Korok community.
We've seen the machine.
If I ever have a midlife crisis, I will open up my own rotisserie where I just barbecue things that look like Koroks.
Korok burgers.
Before I move on to the next person here, I will say that in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This may or may not be my spoilers at this point, but if you don't want to be spoiled, feel free to close your ears or drop the volume or whatever at this point.
Rude.
The Golden Saucer.
Oh yeah.
I was highly unimpressed.
Really?
Of all the things that could have utilized the PlayStation's like 5's like power and horsepower and all this kind of stuff. And really the thing we've waited for in a remake of these games is the Golden Saucer could have been way more. I think
how much more do you think? Like what would be, for example, like what would you change about it, or like what would you do if you were designing the Golden Saucer?
I feel like it could have been more immersive. You don't spend much time there in the game, from what I gathered in my playthrough.
Well,
unless I go back, I have not gone back to it yet.
You will have to play more of the game. That's all I have to. That's all I'm going to say.
That might be the case too. From the experience I had in there so far, I was unimpressed with what it could have been. I feel like it could have been bigger. It could have been brighter. It could have been way more. Lack of a better word, magical.
I have to know then, Eric. What was your reaction to Dio?
Oh, the buff like Macho Man.
Yes.
Dio's a bro.
Yes, I agree.
Dio's a badass. He's great. But the Golden Saucer, I feel like could have just been much bigger in scale. I feel like they could have taken crap that we didn't need to do in the game, and we could have put more things like the Golden Saucer, because like especially, and I'll correlate this to what I experienced when you enter Midgar in the first game. You are like in this moment of like, oh, holy shit. It's like the moment when you start the first game and you relive that whole moment of Cloud hopping out of the train and all that kind of stuff, and your eyes are just like, wow. I did not get that with the Golden Saucer.
Okay. That's fair.
And I feel like that was this missed opportunity, because the Golden Saucer has become one of those iconic things in Final Fantasy. It's in Final Fantasy 14 as a world that you can explore and, roam around in and stuff. And I just feel like it just was underwhelming. Anyone in the chat here, if you want to chime in on it, feel free to tell me Eric's crazy. That's fine. But like the Golden Saucer just seemed underwhelming compared to like seeing Midgar for the first time. And I'm like,
I rather enjoyed it, but I'm very simple when it comes to my tastes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you expect like Las Vegas vibe or something? Eric, like cool. It seems like I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but like seems like your standards are very high.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I think it just could have been intricate and more detailed. I think maybe that's what I'm looking for.
Maybe.
I feel like it could be more intricate. Even the night market in the first game is a world of difference compared to the original like polygon, Final Fantasy VII. The world market is a huge change, and you look at the world market and you're like, wow, this looks incredible. I did not get that with the Golden Saucer. And Dragonfly says here, well, in the original Golden Saucer, you weren't there very long. Right. We weren't there very long. But we now have tons of stuff to work with the PlayStation 5 and what it can do and yada, yada, yada. That it could have been bigger and we could have spent more time there. But then again, I don't know, because I might have to go back. Dill's saying
you have to keep playing the game. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Aerith was my date at the Golden Saucer.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And I will say, the more I play this game, the more I'm becoming Team Aerith.
Really?
Yeah. Aww.
And I honestly, I think some.
Dude, why are you so judgmental? How dare you not choose Tifa?
Eric, I am also on Team Aerith.
I'm not gonna lie.
You guys are both like.
I think the more I look at the game,
you guys are sweethearts.
I think the more I look at this game,
Aerith is not the right answer.
Depends on what you want in.
Okay. This might sound mean, Dill. This might sound mean, but don't take it as mean, all right? But I think with your Tifa, I think the Tifa route is the standard male fantasy route.
And?
I'm not saying Dill is red pill. but he's gearing towards the standard, male fantasy route, and that's fine. That's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just, maybe it's old Erik that's like, you know what? Erik seems more long haul, but
Yeah. You see, Erik, you and I are built differently. We like to sure, the easiest, the most common popular option is right in front of us.
right.
The thing is, though, we're not quite traditional, are we? We like to be like, hey, I would like this romance with a secret bonus character. Fuck, can I romance the dog? Come on, give me. I like the extra cool bonus options.
I mean,
So,
you could
you know,
also
I get
romance Barrett. Just saying.
Yeah. You could
Why
take
are
Barrett.
you romancing dogs?
I don't know.
Zenith's weird. Ever since the bear in Baldur's Gate, Zenith's
The
been
freaking
weird.
bear?
Yeah, the freaking bear.
Well, the thing is, there's a character in Final Fantasy VII. It's called Red, and he's
Yeah,
literally a dog.
he's literally
So
a
I'm
dog.
like, hey, why don't you romance the dog?
Chibi
I
says
think it's
Erik doesn't
bromancing.
like to be stepped on like you two.
Well,
But truth be told, even back in the original game, I think I was always more Team Erik than I was Team Tifa.
no, that's okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's
They did
deeply
really-
engraved into your brain, basically.
Well, okay. Let's go with Prom's assessment here because he's typed out a small constitution for us to read. Let's see
Wait,
here.
what the hell is this? Oh no.
I'm going to read this here. Tifa is the
Oh.
childhood friend meant to be future waifu, which is, yes, that's common male fantasy. But Aerith's ship is for those that want the damsel in distress. They have to constantly fix things. You know what? I don't need this. I do not need this.
Prom, I'm gonna mod you in my stream now. Hang on.
You know what, Prom? I'm the kind of guy that, like, if I go through all this work to rescue Princess Zelda at the end of the game, I expect to bang her afterwards. All right,
That is a banger. That is a banger right there. That
Let
is
me
a banger
romance
message.
Malon from the
Prom,
ranch.
you are new best friend now.
I'm over Prom, okay? I could not even watch the Borderlands trailer
over
last
Prom.
night without laughing because of his
I
freaky
didn't even
Jamie
watch
Lee
that.
Curtis comment. I was laughing in the theater like an idiot. People are looking at me like, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
Did they actually play the Borderlands trailer while you're watching the movie?
They played the Borderlands
watching-
trailer before the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel
How
about
did
that.
they get Kate? How did
Yeah.
they get Kate Blanchett in that movie?
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with that movie. There is some superstar power sitting in that movie.
Yeah.
This
but I
freaking crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are getting paid out.
Shocked.
I don't know if people are doing favors for this movie.
Someone's doing drugs. That's all I have
I
to
don't
say.
know what it is. There's a Jack Black, there's a Kate Blanchett, there's a Jamie. There is like, well, I don't know. Jack Black's up and down in terms of where you sit in
Jamie
the movie.
Lee Curtis is in
But
that
you have
movie
two
as
like
well.
you have two like famous star icons in film, Jamie Lee Curtis and Kate Blanchett, and like they're sitting in this movie that
Yeah.
is either going to be a complete shit show or it's going to be fantastic, and I don't know where. I can't tell from the trailer if it's shit or not.
I feel like it'll range. I think there was some parts that'll be great and some mostly would be a shit show, but there'll be some
I
like
think
beautiful moments. in there.
I think Borderlands would make a better show than a
I
than a
agree.
Most
movie.
I agree.
definitely.
Absolutely.
I don't know why they made it into a movie. Probably because they
Money.
wanted Kate Blanchett and they wanted Jamie Lee Curtis. And they're
Someone's
like, no, we're only
fantasy
doing
right
a
there.
movie. We're not going to be in this
Or
for the long
maybe
haul.
they saw like how well received the Dungeons and Dragons movie was, so maybe they wanted to do
Maybe?
something similar.
Maybe.
But that was
I don't know.
crafted
Was
pretty
the
well from
Dungeons
what I
and
heard.
Dragons movie good?
My
I
buddy
heard it
loved
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
I hear it was
right.
really good.
We all need to watch that now, I guess then.
Tifa Aerith dichotomy in a huge minefield. People bring the knives out for the fight.
Mm-hmm. True.
But yes, Team Aerith.
Do you know-
I'm glad Zenith's on my side with this. Team Aerith. There's
I
something
feel
about
like
her.
Xena's only on your side.
Albeit
because
for a
he just-
different reason,
don't know.
apparently,
Well,
but
also,
whatever.
Like Erik was like above here, I'm down here.
He likes being on top?
Okay, Inner Dragon says Team Aerith. Okay. You know what, guys? In the chat, while we move on to
Oh,
Dill
God,
here,
we go.
in the chat, Team Doggo. Okay, fine. Red X can be an option. All right. Put Red X in there if that's your thing. But in the chat here, you type up Team Aerith, you type up Team Tifa, whatever your pick is, while we go over to Dill.
Oh, that was me now. Yeah.
It's your
cool.
turn.
Is it?
It is. The spotlight's on you. Don't embarrass us.
Oh, is it? Hello there.
Let's see what Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Battle Quest is on this week.
Dill just pulled a Geralt with a I can't do it. My voice
so,
is too.
Eric, repeat that title, please, to me,
enough.
by the way.
Pokemon Digimon Dungeon Master XD Craving Special Edition.
That's going to be the title of the next Pokemon game, I guarantee it.
You develop it.
Yeah.
If I could, I would.
You dev it. No, Dill is playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Randomizer, and he's finished it. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and before the next Pokemon game is just a game that's called Romancing the Houndoom.
Wow.
Oh, all right.
I mean, we went from romancing the dog, now we're romancing Houndoom, okay?
I guess that'll go in Zen's folder then, I guess.
All right, how's the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Randomizer?
Very chaotic, very broken. I got to like chapter 6 and then I kept dying a lot. But then I found a way to get past chapter 6, and then I found a system that basically broke the entire randomizer, so therefore I was basically one-shotting most enemies until the final boss, and then I beat the final boss within like about a minute. So it was very fun, not gonna lie. It was very weird that I learned about some items that I didn't even know existed in the game as well. So like the randomizer produce items in the game that I never knew existed in the game at all.
Wait.
So
items that you didn't know about in Pokemon lore or in the randomizer? Wow.
In the randomizer itself, in the lore of the actual, because these items do exist in the game, but I've never encountered them before. You know, so that was pretty nifty, honestly. Like finding those items and just using them. Honestly, it was.
Were they like useful items, or are they just kind of there?
Very. There was something that's called a golden seed, which for those who don't know, there's an item called the Joy Seed, which levels up a Pokemon by 1 level. Like basically like a rare candy in Pokemon. Mm-hmm. So like that, if you understand that, the golden one levels you up by 5 levels. I found 4 of them throughout my entire playthrough. So I leveled up my Pokemon that was on my team basically by 10 levels each, just from finding that item. So that was freaking cool. Freaking cool. Oh, and also all the chapter titles randomized too. So I made a collage of all of them.
Wait, so the conversations are randomized?
Well, not the conversations. The chapter title cards are randomized.
Oh,
so the game has chapter titles, and it was all randomized into different things.
Funny.
And I'm gonna upload that to the live chat right now because I made a collage of all of them.
Okay, let me see.
Which I shared one with Zen a while ago.
I think you're gonna need to have a talk with Powdill.
Why? What's up?
Car battery?
She was telling me that the Switch Pokemon games she enjoyed, and I gave her all the DS ones.
You gave her the DS ones?
Well, yeah, like I gave her the black, the white, the hard gold.
Yes. Good. That's good.
She's looking at me with this face like we did not have this conversation. It was clearly
Did you?
It's clearly, yes, it was at the gym. Oh, she's telling me no now. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to shut up because...
Yeah.
Pal,
if you want to have a conversation about that, DMs, they're available.
Dill says he is available for conversation. Oh, okay. I misunderstood the conversation. I'm sorry. She said she liked the appeal of the black. She's right here to my left.
Okay.
She liked the appeal of the black and white. And I was like, but she liked the Switch ones better. Wait, one more time?
Oh.
I like the black and white versions.
Uh-huh.
Like the 96
Okay, that's what I meant. Because when she said black and white versus the Switch, I'm like, what? The black and white ones are like the revered ones. But she's talking about the Game Boy black and white, like old school. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the old school style, basically?
Yes.
From
Yes.
original games.
Like red, blue.
Right. That's what we were getting at. Okay. Okay.
That
I
was
misinterpreted
very
the
confusing.
conversation because I was like, wait, DS Black and White are like the revered ones, right? Like in Heart Gold and
I mean, Black and White is Gen 5. Gen 5, in my opinion, has the best storyline.
okay. All I know is the
Yeah.
DS ones are the ones that clean the bank account out. Like when you go to buy them,
Yeah.
they're
They're
like, here
literally
you
like
go.
the most expensive ones and the ones that everyone has a big love for, pretty much.
You do not own the DS Pokemon games if you buy them nowadays. Amex owns them,
Oh.
and you're just borrowing.
No, that's
them.
true. That's true. They
That's
do. True.
until you pay
Very
them off.
true. Very true.
But all right, that is the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Randomizer, and then you did the Hades Epilogue.
Yeah, I've been playing that in my own spare time, basically, because it was just something that I wanted to do before getting into Hades 2. After learning about the fact there was an epilogue that I didn't get to. That took me another about 50 hours of gameplay in total. And another...
my God.
50 hours of gameplay, and I think I added another 50 plus runs to it and everything like that. Got a bunch more achievements unlocked, more lore unlocked. I romanced a character, and then finally I got the mission available. I sent all the invites out to the gods and everything like that, and got the epilogue unlocked pretty much. And the cutscene was alright. I wish it was more like, you actually got to see what inside the whole like epilogue and everything like that. But they had played some nice, cool, like, comic strip like cutscenes and everything. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I don't know when do you sleep? How much time did you have before this 50 hours in Hades?
29 hours.
Jesus, man.
And I
don't know how you do it.
I think how much did I add? Like 50 hours more to the game. And it took me about a month, I think, in total, like a month to 2 months of playing it. I believe. I finished got the epilogue, I think, on the 15th of July.
It's been so
crazy. Not long after the last podcast episode.
I forgot how short the month of July felt. Like we're already through July, and it just like whizzed by.
Yeah, it did. It did. But yeah, I'm all ready for Hades 2 now. I'm just waiting for Hades 2 to basically come out of early access because I really want to like play it when it's fully released before actually playing it.
From what I hear, it's pretty much like on point. I don't know what else they can add to it.
Well, I think it's more to do with the fact that like they haven't got achievements yet for the game on Steam because it's still in early access. So I'm waiting for that. I like achievements, sure.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm reading the comments while Dill's talking. Everis here. We're all old school here. This
We're
is very
all
true.
old school.
It's true. Like Prom was trying to make this comment about how he's like, oh, I'm old and I remember playing Red and Blue, and it's like everyone here has played Red and Blue. Like,
I played Red and Blue.
aside from me, but that's other reasons.
I mean,
it's not that I wouldn't
on,
have, but
I started on Gold and Silver and Crystal, but I eventually played Red, Blue, and Yellow.
The crazy thing is, Everis like gaming experience was like the prime gaming experience back then. That's the crazy. The crazy thing, like the special kids like had the PC to play games on, and you were like every kid ran to that house, to play the PC.
Playing The Sims.
I didn't have like everyone that I knew had like a console. It wasn't PC was not in my friend group. PC wasn't really like
it was very expensive.
The cool thing.
Yeah, it was very expensive.
It was definitely
yeah.
Yeah, I remember having, I think one of my earliest PC gaming memories was playing Quake and Tomb Raider 3, which you helped me get to relive.
Oh.
Yeah, mine was The Sims. I was on my friend's like computer and we were playing The Sims. I think it was either the first one or the second game. Can't remember which one.
So the crazy thing, while we're on this topic, the crazy thing is one of my first like PC gaming experiences was actually Final Fantasy VII on PC because I did not own a PlayStation.
What?
Ooh.
Oh, so you played it on PC? Interesting.
I had it on a PC, and it came in like this triangle style box, if I remember right. I'd actually like to find a copy of it someday. I'm thinking of trying to do a Final Fantasy collection now that my Zelda one's coming to a close. I'm thinking of doing a Final Fantasy collection, and I would like to have that triangle-esque PC version again, because that was one of my first experiences on a PC. And just like Xena said, mine was Quake 2, if I remember right. Yeah, Quake 2 on PC. I got into PC during the Windows 98 era. You ever time? That's
pretty. Sorry.
Yep.
That's when PCs kind of started to get affordable for, average middle income
I remember
families.
the theme song from Windows 95. That's how fucking old I am.
Yeah.
See, I'm pretty much a late one to PC gaming, I guess, because I didn't really get into PC gaming until like the mid 2010s.
Right.
Like,
now, to be fair, too, you were also significantly younger than.
I was, and we didn't have much money, so like console was basically all we could afford at the time until I went to university, and then that's when I got my first PC after I went to uni.
Yeah, but I played a lot of Oregon and Amazon Trail on PC. Okay, Magic School Bus, nice. What about the Carmen San
Magic
Diego
School
game?
Bus? I played the disc version of that. I believe the one of those CD disc games.
Yeah, that was cool stuff. But yeah, Everis was like in that special time when like PC was top tier, and having access to one was just like among your friend group was like boom, because consoles were the affordable option for games. That's what it was. Like you got consoles and you played on those, and then you had that person that was on PC, and then I would do, and crazy as it sounds, if I ever got access to a time machine, one of my things would be to go play like Half-Life on one of those old school PCs for the first time and experience that whole thing, because
I remember playing Half-Life.
It had to have been fucking cool.
I remember screaming at the top of my lungs when I saw the final boss.
Yeah,
because I was scared. I was young.
Good times. Anything else to share about Hades before we move on to Zenith's
very good game. Excellent roguelike dungeon crawler. Definitely recommend. And I am excited for Hades 2. Honestly, for playing Hades 2 when it fully releases. That's all I have to say. Recommend it.
Everyone's sharing their ages. Everyone's sharing their ages in chat.
Well, someone just said in the chat, I don't believe that you're all older than like you're younger or older than like 28. I'm like, I actually am 28.
We're all older than 28.
I turned 28 like 4 months ago.
Oh God. I just remembered this. What date is it? 27th. I'm about 2 weeks from 41.
Oh. So you're in the 40s now and you climbing.
I'm in the 40s.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's okay. Like I got over that hurdle a long time ago. Like now it's just
Did you really?
Yeah.
I feel like earlier this year we were talking about, we kind of had this conversation. But that is a rabbit hole.
Just gonna get a bit more salt and pepper in your hair. Who's that guy? And he's got the mustache, and he was on like Young and the Restless.
Like Tom Selleck or something?
Yes, they get some like Tom Selleck, but a bit of what's his name? That's on like Ocean's 11.
Oh, like George Clooney. You're talking George Clooney.
Yeah, get some good George Clooney salt and pepper in your hair.
I'm surprised nobody
George Clooney
noticed.
Does not look his age.
No, I actually have noticed.
Yeah, no one,
George
no one in the
Clooney
chat noticed.
Still looks fab.
Yeah.
That guy.
Don't you know, Eric? Every single time we record a podcast, I start like counting all the gray hairs in your sideburns.
Dude. How many am I up to, sir? Go ahead. How many am I up to?
You are up to 57.
God damn it.
Nice.
No, it's okay. So to kind of address Everis' thing, 30 going into 30 was rough. That one I kind of had mental, anxiety over. Going into 30 was rough. Because I was like in that whole phase where I was like, okay, like youth is over. I'm going to be this adult and it's going to suck and all that kind of stuff. Basically 30's new 20. Like realistically nowadays, 30's new 20. 40 was 40 a little bit different. I did a lot of growing up both, you know, mentally and just personally and everything. And like 40 is a lot different. I'm content with life. Like there's a lot of things I would like to get done. You know, like I'd like to own a home someday and all that kind of stuff and really get like feel what that success feels like, you know? And we're working on it. But overall, I'm content with the person I am. I don't have any qualms about getting older. I think I've reached that hurdle where I'm like, I'm over this. Like it's going to happen. I'm going to get old. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, I can't avoid it and I can't do anything to stop it or slow it down.
So might as well embrace it.
I'm just going to embrace
kind
it
of
and I'm just
feel.
going to live life and do what I want to do and
Yeah.
just enjoy my life and the time I have here, because you waste time like worrying about stuff. And for someone like me that has always embraced the whole, you know, we need to stop preparing people for the future, because I think we do that way too much. We keep preparing our young people for the future and what lies ahead in their lives, rather than then teaching them like, hey, maybe we take some time and live in the now and enjoy the moments you're in, because that's the shit you do not get back.
Yeah, the general advice I give to a lot of people is don't worry about the things you have no control over, because, you know, it is, you know, whether it happens is entirely out of control. The only thing you can worry about is the things that you are in control of, which is how you react, how you respond to things, and how you go about pushing forward.
Right. And if you're really, really like, unless you're incredibly blessed and very, very, very fortunate, we are all going to run into shit in life at some point.
Yeah.
Like we're all going to run into it.
You
know?
You either run into shit or they end up modding for your stream.
Yeah. You're going to, true talk. You're going to lose a job. You're going to break up with a girlfriend that you were with long term or something. You're going to go through shit in life. And it's just, you know, there's nothing you can do to avoid it. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. So live life, enjoy it. And like, you know, that's where I'm at now, where I'm like, I'm just doing what I'm doing and I'm living, and I'm going to enjoy what happens.
It's one of the motivations to trying to travel more, I think, honestly, is because like after the last like 3 or 4 years of what's happened, basically, I just want to try and, you know, do shit for once.
We are so fucking excited to have you here, by the way. Like Pao is mad excited. She's waiting for Cadbury treats.
I still need to know what Cadbury treats you want the most.
No, you're gonna surprise us. You're gonna bring us the shit that enjoy. Yeah. Like you show us like, hey, this is what you try, but we're excited to have you. And then, you know,
I have a few ideas in my brain, and hopefully I can get them through airport security.
I'm sure you can. I don't think it'll be.
I'll just put it in my suitcase. I think that'll be all right.
I don't think it'll be a big deal. But anyway, we went on a small tangent there. But Zenith is doing some Donkey Kong Country topical freeze. Now, is this a randomizer or is this the normal? Nope. Oh wow, he did not randomize it.
Game. So there's a bit of backstory about this. Went back on my YouTube channel. I started. So it was about like my 3rd year or 2nd year of doing content on YouTube. So like I did like a lot of Let's Plays, and I was starting to break into doing some collaborative stuff. So my IRL buddy, his name is Alex, who I'm still friends with, by the way. And I invited him to join me to play along with me through Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. And we actually had a thing where we dedicate one video per level, and that's actually what we did. And we got all the way up to like part like 41 or something like that. So like we got pretty far in the game, but I never finished it. We had a great time. As a matter of fact, a couple of my sound effects for my stream actually originated from the Donkey Kong series. Like, for example, my fuck sound effect. That is one of them.
What a memory.
Nice.
But I never finished the game because, first of all, I had tried having my brother join for him, but the game gives him does not go well with his vertigo.
Oh, okay.
But I had, and not only that, at the time, like that I stopped playing the series, I had a bit of a issue with my friend where he screwed me over rent. Now, the thing is, though, we'd since have moved on past that, and he's probably one of my closest buddies as of today. So, he was immature at that time. I and I had to be a bit more. Well, I probably learned a lesson of just of like, you know, doesn't matter who you're living with, you always have to make sure that that you have more information, you know, because like they're not always going to like check things where they're not going to be like, oh, sorry, this isn't fair. You're right. But anyway, so I decided, well, actually, no, the chat decided, because we hit it on the wheel, for me to continue playing this game on stream. And currently, I'm almost caught up to where I was, where I left off in the Let's Play, and I've decided to continue the YouTube series on YouTube once we actually finally hit that. So I'll record it on, so I'll stream it on Twitch, but I'll actually upload the recordings to YouTube so that we can I can officially finish the game, even though I have to do it on my own. So,
yeah, nice.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm having fun with it.
Nice.
The game's beautiful. There's a lot of clever platforming things, lots of hidden goodies. There's so much like the classic Donkey Kong Country themes that are splashed over and remade for the Switch version. Well, sorry, not the Switch version, but for Tropical Freeze. Like, for example, I am currently on World 4, and it's got like the underwater theme from like Donkey Kong Country, and that's one of the most iconic soundtracks in video game history, and they did a wonderful job, wonderful rendition of it. And they also have like all these, like some levels where all you see is a silhouette of Donkey Kong and his red time, so that's really neat. And yeah, I'm just been having a blast. It's a great like, it's making me think back to like when I started content creation and how long it's been and the journey that I've been on. I mean, sure, like me going on this journey might have you know, kept me from being able to do other things, but I wouldn't be able to experience the things that I've gone through the last almost 8 years since I started doing this whole thing. And it's just been a lot of fun. Actually, no, I think I've been at this for 9 years.
It's a long time. I got in at I started 2016, I think. When I started streaming, I think it was 2016.
Oh my god, I've been doing content since, as of this October, I'll be doing content for 10 years.
Nice.
Sheesh, man.
Fuck?
You feel like an old man?
Yes, I'm just gonna start counting my own gray hairs before you know it.
You do have some,
chin,
just so
chin.
you know.
Yeah. What makes
Are
you
you
say
sure it's
that?
not hair gel?
Hair gel? Yeah,
The
hair gel.
hair gel
No, I said, are you
amplifies.
sure it's not hair gel?
The hair
Yeah,
gel
hair gel.
would make it
Nah,
shiny.
I actually, truth be told, it might be hair gel.
Yeah. Yeah, I get very shiny hair because of, and not only that, like I put in some like professional hair gel for this. So
Professional hair gel? What is professional hair gel?
I don't know, not the cheap shit that I usually get.
Is it that one?
Yeah, I only use it for
Zenith wears your rent money and he walks out with like the shiniest hair.
Yeah, sorry, I wanted a shiny head. I couldn't pay you this month. My bad.
Paul
I wanted
Mitchell
a
got my
shiny
rent
head.
money.
That sounds like you're bald.
No, no.
If he's bald, that is the nicest toupee I've ever seen applied.
The day I go bald is the day I start
what you
making crystal
that's-
meth in my basement.
That's what you say. Is like,
Go down
I
the
want a
cook.
shiny head. That means you're bald.
We can make that happen.
No, I mean, being on this podcast is making it happen.
2025 St. Jude goes and shaves his head.
Oh my god.
No,
I'll pay in on that. I say we make that happen. I'll pay
Nope.
in. Yep.
I mean, it's so like I know so many women that did it, and it's so much harder for women to do that than men. Like, man, it's like you just grow out a couple months.
My team leader did it for cancer charity, like about a few years ago, back in like 2021, I think. And it
St.
took her like
Jude.
3 years to fully grow her hair back out properly.
Yeah,
To where it is now.
it's a commitment.
Yeah.
It's a
It's one of
commitment.
those. Now, I think baldness is one of those things that men do worry about. You know, that something, because it's common that men, you know, lose hair.
Mhm.
It's not. I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't believe it's as common for women to bald as it is men, as you know, they age. So, I think that's one of those touchy things that men do get nervous about as they get older, where it's like, shit, am I going to lose my hair?
That's fair. That's fair. Eric, you have a prime head of hair.
You know what's
Prime.
crazy? I started freaking out the other day because it was feeling thin, like right here. And I'm like, oh shit, it's happening. But the side of my head and the back of my hair are literally like jungle forest, like thick and lush and not going anywhere. So if I have to, absolutely have to, I'll do the George Costanza and just and blend it all in. But it used to be really curly. Do you guys remember when it was curly?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like it was curly, and it has.
You're
thin.
always wearing a hat, Eric.
That's true. I don't wear the hat as much anymore.
You're always wearing a hat.
Yeah, I don't wear the hat as much anymore. I don't go out as much, but it has thinned. I've noticed, like it's getting thinner, and I'm like, and it doesn't curl as much anymore, and I'm like, oh,
it definitely looks like you got a bit of a perm.
Does it?
Yeah.
I'm actually getting a haircut tomorrow.
It's really. I mean, it's like you got hair.
Yeah,
It's from this angle.
Yeah, I'm thankful that other people are at least saying, "Hey, don't worry about it. You've got hair."
Yeah,
Because I look up,
you're fine. You got good hair.
I wake up and I'm like, "Oh crap!" Like, I think it's thinning. What do I do?
Oh, what was it? When I got my haircut a couple of days ago, the lady, like when she was trying to comb it, she's like, why is your hair so thick?"
Because you have so much hair gel in it.
Yeah.
No,
Just
like
kidding.
it was after she washed it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually, no, sorry. It was during. Like, sorry, she didn't wash it yet. Like, I did have gel, but like I didn't wash it that day because it's like, hey, what's a free haircut? Why do I want to wash it 2 days in a row? So I'm just like, have fun running your hands through the hair product.
Because it feels good. It
Enjoy
feels
my
good.
oily hair.
You don't like getting your hair washed? I know some people don't like their heads getting touched.
There's
The thing
something
is,
about
it's
the
like-
water.
I will actually give you an extra $2 tip if you wash my hair after cutting it. Because that means I get to go home and not have like that itchy feeling.
Yeah.
Wait, $2 on top of the
Oh.
original tip you were gonna give, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying there's a $2 tip in it for you if you wash the
No,
hair.
no,
and I'll
no,
be like,
no.
I'll be like, that's
Oh.
kind of cheap, dude.
Yes, I'll show you my tip if you wash my hair.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm giving my dude $10 just to touch my hair.
God.
Yeah. I think what it is like I just when I get haircuts, it's super relaxing because like I go in like you saw like how much hair I had on the last podcast.
Yeah.
I'm
Bob.
someone that like goes from like the very short hair to hey, just let it grow, and then the moment that I just have like no control over it and it just looks all over the place and it looks like I sleep in a basement, that's when I need to get a cut. So yeah, the lady was there for like an hour, like just like with a magnifying glass looking for like any small hair to chop. It was really, really nice. She put in a lot of work, whereas the last person was like punching me in the side of the head with a razor, and after 3 minutes, okay, you're done. And then like for about like a few months after getting my hair cut, like I was still like finding places like, oh my gosh, like this hair is like this much longer than the rest of my hair, so I had to like fix it myself. I never had a haircut where I had to like manually adjust it, so like it was weird.
Dude's just blasting you with the cutter. Bam, bam, just straight digging.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go take a break. This is Good Friends, Good Games, and we'll be back shortly. All right, Good Friends, Good Games is back. Apparently the stream went down while I was gone. So if you're watching us still, thank you. We appreciate it. No, apparently we're back up and running now. So the topic brought by the lovely Hannah this week is...
Ooh, but first...
I'm sorry. We got to hear about
It's
the zoo.
time.
I don't know
It's
why
zoo
you
time.
I
want.
want to hear about the
I
zoo.
don't know why you
Okay,
want to
I'm gonna
hear
go to the
about
zoo
my
too.
zoo.
I want to go to the
see
zoo
how
too.
big how big it is.
I don't know why you want to hear about the zoo.
We want
Because
to know
we
if
care.
it's grown.
Do you have any questions?
I mean,
Yes.
how's it going? Is it profitable
Yeah.
yet? You know,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's been profitable. I guess the problem I'm having now is because I'm a perfectionist. builder, and so I'll build something for like 3 hours and then look at it and be like, I hate this, and scrap it. And then you're like, oh, you know, there goes 3 hours down the drain, and then you call it quits. But I've created a few. I have a really cute like wallaby habitat. I've got emus. I've got dude, I love them.
Nice.
And then I'm working on otters. An otters
Oh
exhibit.
my God.
An otter
I want
exhibit.
otters.
There you go.
What's that? Yeah.
See, I'm excited to hear about the zoo. And you were like, why do you guys care about my zoo? Because I fucking want to hear about otters and emus.
It's a fake zoo, dude.
And
Something I found though is that like unless you give your animals contraceptives, they'll keep reproducing more animals.
oh,
And I swear to God, like butterflies.
Yeah, it's like,
So
how do you
Butterflies
have
are
20
horny
children?
as
If
bastards,
they will
so-
not
holy moly.
stop producing more butterflies, and I have to
Life
keep
finds a
sending them
way.
out into the wild because all the other butterflies are getting mad that there are so many butterflies in the exhibit because there's just more babies making more babies
Oh, we should
upon
clarify here.
babies.
We should clarify in the audio here, because someone said Zoo Tycoon is fun. Okay, but we're referring to Planet Zoo, which is
Planet
the same
Zoo,
concept.
yeah.
Same concept, but yes. We're Everis has been playing Planet Zoo, and I'm loving this story.
Butterflies keep making more fucking babies, and so I have to keep sending the babies out into the wild, which is great for my conservation
She's fucking
ratings.
up the ecosystem, just sending
Damn.
butterflies out.
She's
sending
like,
butterflies
she's
into
literally
the world.
Wild. Evers, I gotta say, this is on brand for you because every single time I would come into your channel when you're playing The Witcher,
Oh my
there's
God.
always
Oh, here we
sex
go.
going on the screen.
Oh,
So now you're
You
just making the
don't
butterflies fuck.
You don't watch butterfly sex. That's not
no, you watch humans having. Well, I say
besides
humans.
butterflies lay eggs. You you boob.
Booba.
Well, they gotta fuck to make the eggs first of all, so
Anyway, I'm overpopulated with butterflies, and I have to keep giving them contraceptives. Otherwise, they keep making too many
Keep making
butterflies.
more.
They're like,
in
you're
the zoo,
this
they're
butterfly.
butterflies, but when you send them out in the wild, they're butterfree.
This butterfly named
Nice.
good one.
You could say they're butter off.
I can't believe it's not butter.
I think we might be in stream title territory. Now
Oh
they're
my gosh,
butterfree.
Yeah, and the image is just like butterfree, just going off into the wild in the end.
I can't believe it's not butter free.
Nice. They're butterfree.
So yes, give contraceptives to your butterflies, folks.
Just
Yes.
the butterflies.
That is-
There's no other animals in the zoo that are
All
just
the
rapidly
animals.
reproducing.
like, no,
they
you
just
fucking
don't.
plenty,
They don't
but that's fine.
repopulate.
That's
You don't
enough.
repopulate at the same rate as butterflies do. That's
Gotcha.
just like you like because when you build stuff, you obviously pause the game, then you unpause,
So
and you'll spend maybe like a minute unpause, and then you'll pause back again.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, I swear to God, like every single time I unpause and pause, it's like this butterfly is
We're
created
basically
more
learning-
offspring, and it's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I just set
We're
half of your.
learning.
I set
We're
half of
learning.
your tribe free, and you've presented me with another tribe, and I don't know what to do with you.
We're learning butterflies are horny motherfuckers.
Oh,
Does it keep track of like the environment outside of your zoo though? Like, can you cause environmental impact by just setting the butterflies free out into the ecosystem?
it's not like you're like literally see them set free. It's like the game's just like, oh, you've set animals free into where they would be in the wild.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
like you have different
I see.
ratings. Yeah, you have different ratings. You have like animal happiness, animal popularity, conservation rating, cleanliness, etc. And one of them is the conservation rating, which basically means you have these animals, you produce babies, and then you set them out in the wild to maintain the ecosystem of the world or whatever. And so I guess it's just like that's one really easy way that I've discovered to to increase your conservation rating is to just have butterflies and make babies. Just set all them butterflies free.
I'm so tempted to play this game. I'm waiting for it to go on sale again.
It did, I think. Actually,
What?
or at least it did for a day. Like the DLC was on sale, like half off or something.
Don't tease me.
No, let me look.
Zoo Tycoon. Oh, not Tycoon. Zoo.
Yeah,
Planet
it's
Zoo.
on sale right now, dude.
What? Oh no.
You can buy Planet Zoo right now for $15.74.
I hope
Yeah,
Chase came through with them credit card points.
65% off.
The
65%
entire
off.
collection, Ultimate Edition, is $75.50.
Mhm.
I'm in. I'm collect these credit card points and I'm getting it. It's been
I
so
want to
nice.
hear all your zoo adventures.
Oh, that's why it's Simfest. There's a Simfest still going on right now for a week.
Oh, Simfest on
Yeah.
Steam, everybody.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
20
Planet
seconds.
Zoo, Summer House.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
$374 for Summer House. How cute. Pal would like some of these.
Yeah.
Pal's really enjoying the Steam Deck, everybody, with the cozy games and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Who wouldn't, you know?
Oh,
What is she playing?
She was been doing some Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Ooh.
And then I forgot what the other one she was playing was, but it definitely for sure Disney Dreamlight Valley. I've seen that on the TV a couple times. Farm Flipper Zenith. Oh, these are DLCs. My bad. I thought you were gonna.
Is that
bring...
the House Flipper?
I guess so. Yeah,
Is that a
Ooh,
DLC for House Flipper?
I think so.
There's House Flipper 2 now.
I see the American Truck Simulator's on sale.
Yeah, give me that
Yeah.
game. They have like the steering wheel and all that stuff for it.
They do.
Oh man, this is better than the Steam Summer Sale.
All
House
these cute
Flipper is
games.
cheap, everybody. If you guys are trying to play House Flipper, that game is cheap right now. It's $7.49.
Probably because House Flipper 2 is out and that's $40.
Game Dev Tycoon. What?
Yeah.
$3.49. Fucking bus simulator. Like bus simulator.
I wonder if they have PC build simulator. No, it's not on sale. Oh, damn.
In Tycoon, there's just a ton of stuff, but yeah, there is a simulator sale over on Steam. You can check that out if you're interested. So that is
By Planet Zoo for 65% off.
that Planet Zoo, $15 American. Is there anything else
There you
you'd
go.
like to share about your zoo, Everis?
Not in particular. I mean, one of these days I'll get a bunch of screenshots up for you guys. You guys can see my zoo.
I think we need footage. I think we need footage of the zoo. I want a virtual
You want me
tour
to
of the
you
zoo.
want me to stream Planet Zoo?
Yeah, or I
Yes.
mean, film us a.
Ain't nobody wants to see that shit yet.
We do.
It's very tedious. Building in that game is very tedious work. I mean, it might be a nice, like,
So is
fun,
Minecraft.
relaxing vibe stream. I don't know.
Why
I don't
clean the
know.
house when you can get fire insurance?
True.
I feel like
My
prom
call it
just like
Exterminator.
I feel like prom is literally the kill a butterfly with a shotgun type of guy. Like just
I'd say flamethrower.
You
eliminate
wouldn't
the
even
problem.
know.
Eliminate
You wouldn't
the problem.
even know.
Got a water leak? Just rip out the whole plumbing. That'll fix it. Okay. That is Planet Zoo, $15.49 over on the Steam sale right now. Grab it. Okay. Hannah came to us this week, and we have the topic of spooky games and paranormal games.
Ooh.
So, we'll kind of go around here. Who's got a spooky game that they'd like to share that they like and recommend?
I mean,
The real question is, who doesn't have a spooky
Well, who
game
doesn't
that
have
they-
one?
doesn't have a spooky game.
Well,
Or who has one that who has a game moment that where it literally scared the shit out of them?
Ooh. I thought
well,
about
definitely. SCP Contained Breach is free,
that. Oh yeah.
but that game has definitely given me my fair share of scares. It's got anxiety. It's got randomization. Because the thing is, a lot of horror games, like when you on your first initial playthrough, they're great, but the thing with horror games is they have really bad replayability because you come to expect some things. Like, have you ever heard of a speedrunner who speed runs games ever gets scared of? Well, for someone that like speed runs like Outlast, they know what to expect. It's never going to scare them. It's like, no, I'm just playing this game that might be scary to some, but I'm already like used to it because I know what to expect, and I just go. Whereas with a game like SCP Contain Breach, because it's all randomized for every single playthrough, you go around a corner and it's like, okay, that's brand new, and then all of a sudden you find something behind you and it's never whenever you expected, and that's what gets you. That's what's effective.
This is true. What's this one called again? I don't think I've played this.
Here, I'll type it in chat for everyone.
All right,
it is SCP Containment Breach. It is free on Steam, and is also has online multiplayer.
Okay.
And it's got random level generation, and it's also kind of based off of what is it? They have like a whole bunch of fans that submit like fictional SCPs, which are monsters. Because SCP stands for oh my gosh, secure, contain, protect, and they're all like and they create these monsters that are based off of people's fan submissions to, I think it was like a Reddit or like a wiki page, and then they just bring them to life and just scares the ever living shit out of people, and it's terrifying but also really really good. Yeah, that's my submission.
I'm gonna check this out. Okay. SCP Containment Breach. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and check that out. It's free on Steam right now. You can feel free to go and grab it. Dill, what do you have?
I'm torn because there's quite a few scary games that I have played on my list, and they'll scare me for different reasons. Like, Soma is one that I played that really kind of was like one that really, you had a few jump scares, but also made you really just go, could we be leading down this road one day in the future? Like,
it felt too real.
Felt very real. Of like, could this possibly happen to us one day? Another one also I felt like it was similar. There was more, which was more like, rather than scaring you like that, it was more psychological. Was Observer. That was the one where you basically had to like jack into things, and like the more you did it, the more it unhinged your mind basically, and the more like weird.
Oh,
shit
that
you
computer hacking game?
Yeah, the computer hacking game.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
That one's pretty freaky.
Ooh.
The original Dead Space, I remember playing that, and I was very terrified of like a lot of things in that game, especially. And then going back to the remake of the game, that one, they kind of like up the scariness honestly on the game in the remake, because they upgraded the audio, made everything a lot creepier, and they have like hints of like the characters slowly losing their mind basically from just being there. That was pretty cool. I think of all the ones though, I don't know. It's a tough one. Outlast has some scary moments, although I will say it's not highly replayable, so that's another one that I would say. I don't know. I'm like, I'm torn.
I kind of want to talk about Outlast for a minute, because Outlast is one of those ones that people always seem to recommend for like a scary game, especially like as someone in the chat just mentioned here, we're getting into spooky season with Halloween, so this is probably a good time to start looking at this kind of stuff. But like Outlast on a first playthrough is genuinely terrifying.
It is very much so.
It is and it does it really really well, because a lot of it's jump scare, but there's just enough tension. Once they hit you with enough jump scares, then it's just tension.
And
right through the most of the game.
You can't fight back. It's one of those rare games where you have to always be on the run. You're always being chased.
I've specifically avoided it for a reason.
Yeah, it's. I will say,
the jump scares, or you just? Well, you said so yourself. You're not a scary game person.
Yeah.
See, the reason why I play scary games is not for me. It's for everybody else. Everybody else watching. It's for them. So it's usually for a special occasion, whether it be like, it's October or it's St. Jude season or whatever, then we pulled out the scary games. It was never for me. So it's a very rare occurrence. Very rare occurrence.
Yeah.
I think like Resident Evil 8 and 7 are probably like scary games where like I actually generally enjoy playing them because there's a lot of fun redeeming things about it, like finding things around Resident Evil 7 and 8, and the fact that like the environments are like really really cool and
dark, gory, everything like that shit.
It actually is a lot of fun. But yeah, I totally get it.
I think
actually.
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I think 7 was the scariest one compared to 8, just for the gore factor.
8, so like yes, it definitely score is like it was a very gory and had a overall scary atmosphere. But then again, 8 probably has like the one segment that's like the most scariest thing Resident Evil's ever done, because
eight's the baby sequence, right?
That one, that sequence. That's like the one
I did not enjoy that at all. It was awful.
8's the baby sequence, right?
Yes,
yeah,
it is,
yeah,
and it's I hate that sequence.
Resident Evil 8, I think, hits me harder because I look at 7 and I think 7's very slasher film, like it's very Texas Chainsaw inspired and it's very slasher film inspired, and like I respect it. Wholeheartedly for that, but I find 8 to be genuinely terrifying because not necessarily the castle part of it.
The one with Lady D.
Yeah, that's Lady D.
What?
The intro. The
that
intro
wasn't
to
scary
Resident
at all
Evil.
to be that part.
Yeah, you love that. The intro. The intro to Resident Evil 8 is genuinely scary. It's very dark. It's very cold. Like in a sense,
it's very unexpected as well.
It's unexpected. I fired up Resident Evil 8 and I was in the dark with headphones.
Best way to play it.
And I was like, okay, this is I'm genuinely scared because I don't know what's going to ahead of me. I'm going through this forest and I don't know what's going on. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when you start with it. The baby sequence is probably one of the most terrifying things I have ever played in a video game.
Yeah.
Yes,
Definitely
the DLC with Chibi brought up the DLC in Resident Evil 8 with the dolls.
That's
creepy.
Those dolls are freaky.
That's creepy, but it still did not have the effect that the baby sequence did. The baby sequence fucked me up.
Because it really it nailed the environment so freaking perfectly.
Yeah, and it's still to this day I will not go back and touch the baby sequence of Resident Evil 8. Like it's just not happening.
If I could skip it, replaying through RE8, I would.
Yeah,
no, I didn't know it was that bad.
It is. It genuinely is.
It
was
bad.
one of those ones you just
It's-
didn't expect it to happen, and it just happens.
Oh my god! Now you're giving me more reasons not to play it.
I mean,
basically, I watched a playthrough of Resident Evil with Markiplier, and he's a guy that plays a lot of horror games, but he was shitting himself during the whole sequence. He's like,
I believe it.
I can't do this.
That was a rough sequence, and I'm like, oh shit, it's getting worse. Yeah, that one's a rough one.
Yeah,
to
maybe
get through.
don't play it. But like watch a playthrough of it and just to be like, okay, I could see why everyone had a bad time with this.
Yeah, that was, but it's so fucking well done. It does what it needs to do, and that's the crazy part about it. It's Resident Evil being scary Resident Evil, which it needs to be. 7 is good. 7 is very Texas Chainsaw, like I said, Texas Chainsaw, very slasher film.
To that kind of like gore and also like scariness. 7 was the point where they're all like, we're going back to our roots, pretty much.
I have not played this one in particular, but everyone keeps reminding me of Alien Isolation.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like supposedly that one's an ass clencher too.
I've not played it, but I've watched gameplay of it, and it generally is quite on the edge, kind of like, oh my god, you know.
Yeah, that's a good one. Did any of you guys play the the PT trailer on the PS4 when it came out?
No, but I was in the same room as my friend who played it, and I was so shit scared of it, I refused to watch him play it. So I literally turned my head around while he was playing it on his PS4. I was just like, nope, I refuse to watch this.
That was one of those ones where like I kept pausing it and taking a minute because I never got to play it, so I watched like streams of it or footage of it or whatever. And that was one of those ones where I kept like pausing it and taking a minute and like getting myself back to reality and then replay, like pressing play again, because that one's genuinely frightening too.
Yeah, well, it's
that one's genuinely frightening, and it's yeah, dude, it's a thing. Anyone anyone got anything else?
What was it? Visage.
Oh,
Visage
yeah,
is
Visage.
the
That's the
one
other
game
one everyone
that
talks
someone
about.
played where I had to like look to the side because I couldn't because like some like when you're walking in the dark when you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't really see. Like, I even do it for like Resident Evil games. Like, all right, I can't see, what the fuck's this visibility? But in Visage, I'm like, nope. No, I'm just gonna just watch you over here. I'll just listen in because I can't watch.
Oh my god! I just went to the Visage Steam page, and like when it loaded, the first thing right in front of me is this girl like doing that whole camera thing where they like grab it, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep. Oh no, no. I would. Visage will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Poppy Playtime?
I got it.
Playtime.
There is a certain person in chat that's been playing it.
Poppy Playtime. I have not played it, but I've been watching as each section gets released that I would be terrified. Absolutely shit my pants terrified if I played that game. The whole idea of like children's toys becoming your next nightmare is not fun, is not a happy time. And I don't know. It's definitely fun to watch other people play it, but like, and it's very, very cleverly and well made. And the idea behind it is really cool, but it is awful. It is awful.
Oh, I ruined 5 Nights at Freddy's for Morgan.
Oh.
Like she didn't sleep for like a week.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
That's just jump scary shit though, isn't it?
Anytime I send her pictures of Freddy Fazbear, she's like, well, I guess I'm not sleeping tonight.
I'm looking at Poppy's Playtime because it is in my thing, and it looks like if Toy Story was a horror movie.
It's
God damn.
uh...
You okay?
The first one really gets, like, the second one's kind of creepy. The first one really gets the first time you see it, it really gets you. It's just this, God. And then you have to like run away from it and go through like a series of like HVAC tunnels to like get past him, but you have to do it really fast. You have to choose the right route, and if you don't, then he gets you and you see his face and it's up in your face and stuff, and it's like you end up seeing his face like a good 4 or 5 times before you finally get through that section of it, and it's like, please just make it stop.
Damn.
Just make it stop.
Yeah, it looks rough.
It's pretty spook. It's pretty spook.
Right. I'm gonna go and this is a big sign on it that says make a friend.
I would recommend if anyone wants a spook.
All right. I'm gonna go, check this out.
Yeah.
I personally, a game I didn't think I would like being a scary game I really liked was RE2 Remake.
Yeah, that was
yes,
good.
the action-based
That's
ones.
very good. Yeah.
I really like. I thought it was like like at first it was like this is not my jam, but eventually I like having finished playing it, and going through it. I was like, this is great. RE2 Remake was great. It was worth my time. It was worth my time.
You definitely
try
enjoy
4.
that, I think.
I think 4 you'll enjoy.
Wasn't it short?
4,
kind of?
3's the short one.
Short. 3's the short one. 4 is, how long did it take me to beat 4? I think it was like 20 hours.
He's freaky, dude. I saw pictures of him and he's freaky. Whatever that end boss is with like the multiple arms or whatever.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah.
The little
Eric's
flying
nemesis-
shit.
Eric's Eric's nemesis.
Yeah, that little flying shit.
Eric had a
Oh my
hard time
god.
with that boss.
Fuck that, dude. that
It
was
was-
almost
it
a
was
controller
alright.
through the monitor, dude. I almost had to go to Best
Yeah.
Buy that day. I was like, this sucks.
Eric, you know how to beat him easily now. Just get 2 golden eggs.
Yeah.
There you go. You're
Now,
good.
to be fair, it was a fuck up on my part because I busted the rocket too early
Mhm.
and I didn't save it. But that was just a nightmare and a half. I was like, this fucking sucks.
To be
Get
fair, Eric,
through this
it
shit.
wouldn't surprise me if you used the rocket on him when you missed him.
You know what? It probably would have happened too. That probably would have
Yeah.
happened. To
He's
be fair.
a fast fucker, so.
He's fast, dude. In the original RE4, it was a piece of cake, dude. You just give him
yeah.
a rocket up the ass and it's done.
Done.
It's like, oh, I'm like, this is nice.
Yeah, so it was a bit of a surprise when you go into it to the remake and they've completely redone it.
They
and made
redid
it
him
a
and he's
different
fucking
boss fight.
flying around.
Yeah,
And it's not even fun. He's just like, and he like,
more symbiote.
yeah. I was like, oh my god.
Subnautica was also one that it's not really meant to be a scary
No,
game.
but it's the ocean, isn't it? And
But the
there's all
fact that it's the
unknowns.
deep ocean,
Yeah,
oh man. And then the what's it
Yeah.
called? That got me pretty bad. Was Subnautica.
I'll share a game that's not technically a scary game, but did scare the shit out of me when I first played it.
Okay.
BioShock.
I was just gonna
Really?
ask. I was literally
Yeah.
just gonna ask right now. Does BioShock count as a scary game? Because it is creepy.
It scared
It
me.
can.
It scared me.
It's
Like,
creepy.
those like characters that come at you and jump at you and attack you, they shit me up a few times.
Yep. The splicers.
Yeah, the splicers. Yes.
Yeah, because
Thank
that
you
is
kindly.
one of my favorite games. That's literally one of my favorite games ever. And I was like, does
I
this
need
qualify as
to
scary?
go back and finish it because I did start playing it and then my PC at the time couldn't handle it. That's how shit my PC was back then.
Oh, this is so good. Yeah, that is one of those ones I think everybody should play. Like, go play
Yeah.
the original BioShock. There's tons of ways you can get it now. You know, they have
Mhm.
remastered versions and all that stuff. It's always cheap on Steam sales and stuff,
I think
and
the
PlayStation
BioShock
sales.
trilogy was one of the first bundles that I bought on Steam.
Hmm.
Like legit, yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
played Subnautica. I know we were just talking about Subnautica. I never played
Neither
it,
have
and then
I.
we got into the BioShock thing. I never tried Subnautica.
It's really good. I think I don't know. It's fine. It's just
It took a long time to make from what I remember.
it's
long
it's
time.
just it's like if you have ocean, fears
If
of the
ocean
ocean,
was scary.
Oh, that
then
actually
it's just you're gonna have creepy crawlies the whole time because you're like, oh my
Mhm.
god, what's down there? You don't know what's down there, but you have to go there because you have to find new materials to progress your base. And so you have to go there, but you don't want to, but you have to. Then you go, and then you discover good and bad things.
there's actually. So remember that Zelda game that I told you guys about in the last podcast?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fan
Yeah, the
made
fan
one.
made mod. So there was actually so the Skulltula house in Ocarina
Yeah.
of Time, right?
Yep.
So you go there, you collected for those Skulltula tokens, and you get the rewards from people. But the thing is, though, in the fan made mod, they actually made it where it's a tall house, and you have to navigate the dungeon before you actually get to unlock access to the people where you receive the rewards to. But the thing is, though, they use specific camera angles to make it feel like Resident Evil. And
Nice.
I nearly shit my pants as I would go in this one door, and then suddenly a hand grabs through, and then I hear shrieking, and I'm trying to go around the corner, and I have a hand, like another hand that just like punches me in the face, and I'm just for like 3 seconds, everything is happening. I'm freaking out. I was like, no, I'm done with this house. No, I'm gone. This is fucking Zelda. I didn't come here to play horror games.
Nice. They threw a
got
curveball
me.
at you.
Sorry, what?
They threw a curveball at you.
Yes, they did. Yeah, chat enjoyed that.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Let's see what some of the chat says here. I slept with a bunch of LED lights on for 2 weeks after Zen showed me Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh,
Damn, dude, you really fucked her
Yeah.
up.
you really did.
I mean, it is very easy to ruin Morgan's life. So, I mean, I took
Doesn't
the
mean you should
opportunity.
do it.
I told you guys about
Doesn't mean
the.
you should do it.
I told you guys about my mom's fucking poltergeist situation,
Yeah,
right?
You did.
Where she was just like, "Hey, you're 5 years old. Go watch Poltergeist." And then, "Oh, look, your grandpa bought you a fucking clown to put in your room." And I'm like,
Oh,
"Thanks.
Damn.
Thanks."
Oh, I think I said this one on the podcast before, but I was about 13 years old. Lee was 8, and my cousin thought it would be a good idea to take us to go see The Grudge.
Oh,
Nice.
Jesus.
Well, basically, so my brother is pretty strong guy, but for like 10 years he had to sleep with the nightlight on. 10 years
Oh my
because that movie fucked him up so bad. So yeah, that was great.
That's one of those ones that Pal will not touch. Like I'm gonna watch this. She's like, "Well, I'm leaving then." Like she will not do it. And
Okay.
that
Yeah.
I don't fuck around with it anymore because like it genuinely upsets her. And I'm like, okay, but those movies back then when they came out, they were a change of pace, let me tell you, because we were kind of in that for horror movies, we were kind of in that gore porn phase of horror movies where everything was just ultra violent, like Hostel and Final Destination and all those like gory horror movies, right? And then the Japanese come along and they started going into like the supernatural spiritual horror kind of stuff and just freaked everyone out. The Ring, all that kind of shit. But it's weird how like different generations get frightened by different things. Back in the 70s, like when The Exorcist came out, like people just touted The Exorcist as one of the scariest movies ever made. And I'm like, okay, that's a bold thing to say, right? Now The Exorcist is scary, but I don't think it's the scariest movie ever made. I think The Conjuring's scarier than The Exorcist by a mile. But if you go back and look at the time frame when these movies were made and the stuff that's being said in The Exorcist is just insane. I'm not religious by any means. In fact, I sit on the atheist side of things, but just some of the stuff that was being said in that movie, I can see how people in the 70s would be just freaked out mentally. Like, whoa, this movie's wild. But I can see it like that. It's just, and like you look at these things, it's like the Grudge just doesn't scare me that much anymore. But if you're definitely scared of things like ghosts and stuff like that, and you see it, yeah, it mentally screws you up. You know,
going back, I've now watched all the Conjuring movies. I don't remember them, but that's because for some reason in my 30s, I laugh at horror movies because I find them predictable.
Oh, okay.
You're one of those people. You're one of those people.
I don't know why, but it's like
that's not a
okay.
That's not a judgment thing. It's just like I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't
you
understand.
Can't enjoy the fucking movie.
Oh, especially yeah. I can't enjoy the movie for what it is because like I watched the first 2 Conjuring movies and I was on a call with everyone and everyone's like shitting themselves and I'm just sitting there laughing maniacally because they say, oh yeah, call that, and then they they tried to get me there. Worked on everyone else but not me. Okay, this is fun.
That might be a defensive mechanism. I always wonder people like that. If it's like a defensive mechanism.
I have no idea. I mean, I find humor in like a lot of things, and I don't take horror movies. Well, the thing is, so horror games are different because it's putting you in control
in that environment.
But like, if it's someone else, is like, you know what, that person probably, they forgot to unflush the toilet. They probably deserve to die by a ghost, so it's fine. Rest my case.
I'm reading Morgan's chat here. Sorry. I still wish I could find the info regarding those jump scares though, but the stuff I learned back in acting stuff years ago. So Morgan had a little bit of acting experience here. And I want to know how they get those jump scares things. Like someone's genuinely getting frightened, I think, when they film those jump scares.
Yeah, the contractually obligated jump scare, as Morgan would call it.
Just like to get like, because some of them are crazy. Like, how do you get a genuine jump scare out of someone in acting? Like you have to legitimately scare him, I would think. Right? Because otherwise, like Xena said, it looks predictable and forced.
Yes. Make them piss their pants.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make them piss their pants in
That's
real
a good
life.
question.
Yes.
That's a good question.
You know what they need is Paul what is it? A Doki Doki Literature Club, but like not in the dark themes that it did, but like you
Pal's
watch a
playing
movie. But like if you watch a movie and it's fun, it's like a cheap, it's a nice camping movie and everything's fine, and then randomly like an hour into the film, all of a sudden it's like the most pants shitting scariest movie. I think that would work on me. Where all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is a nice movie, and then you expect no horror, and then all of a sudden there's horror, and it's like, nope, this is the worst fucking
So
experience
there's
ever.
no build up. There's no build up.
Literally no build up to it.
It's
Just all of a sudden you just get
deep
dropped
end.
into it. It's like, I was here to have a fun time, not have horror movie themes going on. That would mess me up.
Inner Dragon in the chat here is mentioning The Faculty. That was a movie, and I remember it, but I don't think I ever watched it.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, wait, I think I know that movie. That's the one with Elijah Wood, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is it?
just if you've
Yeah, I think so. Elijah Wood. I think Jon Stewart was actually in that movie as well, if I recall.
Huh.
It's a movie about an alien who kind of like it's an alien that kind of like infiltrates the school and starts taking over all the faculty members of the school slowly one by one.
What?
Kind of like
Okay.
yeah. And a bunch of high school kids discover this, and like they find out that the alien's weakness is this drug that one of the drug dealers at the school was like using to sell just party drugs, something like that, because it requires the alien requires like water to survive, and the drug dries up anyone, like dehydrates them. So like pretty good movie, not gonna lie.
Huh. Apparently it is free to watch on Pluto and Hoopla.
Yeah.
Oh, and Apple TV.
The hell's
So, there you go.
Pluto?
It's one of those free like streaming services you get when you buy like a Roku
Oh,
or some
okay.
shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
Pluto.
I
supplemental
watched
content.
I watched a movie in my teens. It was on TV one day, and I just watched it, and I was just like, hey, I recognize the light. That's Elijah. What I recognize that. And I watched it, and I was like, dear God. What the fuck?
Was he the main?
He was the main
Protagonist?
protagonist, yeah. If I remember correctly. I think one of the actors that was in that then later appeared in the Fast and Furious franchise is in there too.
Oh snap! Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll fire up the old Pluto and see what else I find on there on my free streaming networks. Does anyone else have any scary games before we call the pod here?
I found one that I've played, but I never finished it because I got stuck on The Evil Within.
That one's so fucking good.
Yeah. I remember getting to a point in that game and I just got stuck and I didn't go back to it. Like, and it was on console for a while ago too. That's one that I've found. That one was a pretty like freaky one.
That was one of the studios that just closed down too, right?
Yeah, Tango Frameworks. They literally worked on the Evil Within series along with Hi-Fi Rush. So like range,
Damn.
I know.
Yeah, Evil Within's a good one.
Yeah, I go back to it one day and actually finish it, and then play the Evil Within 2 as well.
That's a good one. Anyone got anything else?
Trying to remember what it's called.
Ooh,
But I don't remember what it's called.
Can you describe it?
Paintings.
Oh, you're thinking of Layers of
Layers
Fear.
of Fear.
Yeah, Layers of Fear. I played. It was okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It was okay. It was more like atmospheric scary than it was
was.
actually jump scary. It was
Yeah.
more just like you get this creepy eerie feeling wherever you go. Like, but
Yeah.
it wasn't really like
It was
it
okay.
wasn't-
No, it wasn't.
it
the
wasn't
best.
it wasn't worthwhile in my opinion.
What about the fucking Emily one? Emily Wants to Play. Remember that one? That one went around the circles for a little while.
The one with the kid, the
Yep.
baby or whatever.
Yep.
You walk around as a baby.
Yeah, and then that one comes
Yeah.
out. Johnson's.
I remember that game. Yeah, I remember Meg playing that game.
I think I want to try Visage, guys. Zena's got
You
me
should do.
gung ho on Visage.
Yeah,
Go for it. You're gonna have a bad time. I mean, good time.
Mhm.
Go ahead and have a bad time if you want.
Go ahead.
Don't let me stop you.
I hope you regret the 2 hours you pump into this before quitting.
Dude, it's
Don't-
got very positive rating on Steam.
I
Yeah,
remember.
oh. You know a horror game is really effective when it has a high rating.
True.
Yep.
True. I do remember going back to Outlast. I remember watching on stream a friend of mine playing Outlast. And the moment he got jump scared, he was like, nope, I'm done. And I saw him live uninstall the game because of one jump scare. I was like, really? Dude? All right, cool.
I mean, to each their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, he probably installed and played that game anyway, fully knowing that if I get scared really bad, I think it'd be funny uninstalling the game, and because like that'd be fun, Ben.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd do
Nice.
that.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call it here. As always, thank you for hanging out with us today. Next episode is, I forgot to mark it on the calendar. Someone, if you have a calendar open, sorry.
10th?
10th, thank you. 10th or the 3rd?
Well, wasn't sure if it was next week or the week after.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
24th, I don't think I'll be on the pod because I'm going to be at
I
the
know we have a
expo.
3 Saturday month coming up, right? Yeah,
Yes.
so we would be the okay, so it would be the 10th and the 24th.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, for sure the next one's the 10th. So
Yes.
I'll go ahead and put that in. We'll get the next episode on the 10th, and then we'll keep you guys posted on the second episode of the month. But we got some stuff rolling out. I'm working on the last episode of Doom Back to the Backlog. I actually recorded a good chunk of it, and then I still have like 30 minutes to go, so I need to finish that up. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to get that up for you guys pretty soon. Episode 6 is currently up on the channel. Exclamation point social media if you want to check that out. And of course, if you want to get more info on the SAG-AFTRA strike, you can go ahead and do SAG-AFTRA.org. I'll put that in the chat for you as well. There's a nice link there with all kinds of information. If you are broadcasters or you have friends in the industry, et cetera, and want to know how you can help, this website will relay the details to you. Excuse me. So go ahead and check that out. Again, hashtags level up the contract, video game strike, and SAG-AFTRA strong are the hashtags that they are using to promote the cause. So if you're so inclined, feel free to check those out and post them up in your chats. Again, we stand by what they're fighting for, so we're behind them. And I do not have anything else. That's going to be it. As always, this is Dill. It's myself. We got Everis and Zenith, and this is Good Friends, Good Games, and we'll see you all very, very soon.
Bye.